Hello everybody! Hello everybody and welcome to Off the Dials Creator Clash! We are now in week 2, which is going to be tournament organizers. So last week we had content creators, now we have the wonderful staff members that we've got here. We have 2 teams, the first one, Pomare Pog-Tolings. That's going to be Vapor, Elysium. That is not Elysium, that is Ellie. That is a fully different person. I-C-E-L-Y, I think Elysium, but that's Elemental. We have Skepidillions, and we have Hoenn Hero. And then on the other side, the Bravo team, we have Rio's Rulebreakers. You know, we make the rules, we know exactly how to break them. This is Alice, Toma, D-Jam, and DRF. D-Jam actually being the head of Off the Dial, so we have one of our own playing here today. Now, if you guys don't know how the Showdown works, there's going to be 9 games, winner takes all, so the first 8 games are, you know, a lot of fun. And then the last game is where it's all at. And the way these games work is they're going to be picking from a set of available games that come from the set of Creator Clash Showdown games on Off the Dial, ott.inc/post/the_games. You can see them for yourself. And these games are slowly going to climb in chaos levels. So we could start from, you know, everybody uses the default gear and weapons, or when you get to a checkpoint, you have to jump back. And slowly we're going to be getting into more and more chaos, such as extremely structured minigames, or everybody, you know, you can't kill each other, pacifism, stuff like that. So it's going to be great fun. But before we get into that, we're actually going to be starting with a table turf match, which is going to be table turf, but each turn is 10 seconds. Turbo turf, as it is. So very fast. That's going to be our first thing. And both teams have picked a single person to be their turbo turf representative. And once we hear who those people are, they'll sit down at the table, they'll play the match, and the winner of that match will determine who gets the first counter pick, gets to pick the first game. So I believe the loser gets the first. Yeah. And yeah, that's about how the Creator Clash works. Also remember that each map, except for the last one, I think, each map is going to be audience picked. So after the teams choose what game they want, we're going to put up a poll, and you guys can vote on the map by just typing the name of the map in chat.
Exactly, and we're going to start that off right now. Hi, I'm here too. Sorry, I'm going to be a little quieter this stream, and you might hear my mouse clicking, but that's just a good way to bring things back to how Showdown was run in the previous seasons. We should introduce ourselves as well quickly while we have a moment. I'm Yeson, and this is Kater.
Hello, that's me. Yeah, I forgot to do that.
That's okay. You were here last week, so everyone knows who you are, and we're totally fine with that.
Yippee!
We're going to start off voting now, so everyone in chat is going to be able to vote for the table turf map that our players are going to play. They can't start until we pick a map, so let's start voting. To vote for a map, you just go type the name of the map in chat. It's also pretty robust. If you don't want to type out the whole thing, part of it will probably work. Just type away in chat what you would like to see. I'm going to vote myself.
And for the rest of this stream, if you have channel points, which you will rack up from watching, you'll be able to redeem those for an extra vote. So if you have something that you really want to see, make sure you get those extra votes in. You can redeem them as many times as you can afford.
Exactly, yeah. Now, we've got 3 of the new table turf maps here. Double Gemini being one of the original set, but Gerda for Battle, Mask Mansion, and 2-Lane Splat-Up, which all change up the way you play this quite a lot. Gerda Battle, obviously a bit of a rush for mid. You can block that off and then play in your own space. 2-Lane Splat-Up is a very interesting one because you've got 2 areas you can play from every turn. But it looks like we're going to Mask Mansion, which has impassable blocks that you need to be able to squeeze your pieces around. This should be interesting. If our players don't have decks prepared for this, this is going to be quite challenging.
Yeah, as somebody who has played 2 games of table turf, I definitely know what I'm talking about, but that's 2 more than last week, in which I had literally never opened the table turf menu before and did not even know how to access it. So now I know a little bit more about what's going on. I'm a little more prepared, yes.
Excellent. I love to see it.
Do we know who on each team is going to be
so just looking at... looks like we've got Skep representing our Alpha team. And we have...
the Pog-Tolings.
Yes. I don't know who this is on the Bravo team, because they're using
I think it's Alice.
Alice. Okay, excellent. Alice representing the Bravo side. Very good.
Awesome. So yeah, once the players are ready, we will hop right into that match.
Yeah, they're just kind of standing around the table at the moment. I have to imagine some kind of discussion is going on between, like, I don't have a table turf deck, or how do you do this?
They sit down at the right side of the table, at least.
I really hope so. They are not sat at the table currently.
Right. So
might
they
be
gotta figure it out, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that shouldn't take them too long, but watching the VODs back from last week, I can confirm that most Splatoon players have not engaged with table turf. We had one team who had only one player who knew how to play, and another team that didn't know there were new maps. So, realistically, asking these players to play table turf is probably one of the hardest restrictions we're imposing all tournament, and we're doing it right out the gate. Gotta love it.
Do it now. Good luck.
Yeah. And
I mean, honestly, after having like checked it out a little bit, it is really cool and probably really underrated. Honestly,
yes.
Like it's a whole thing implemented into the game. I think it is honestly, in my opinion, one of those things that make this Splatoon 3 instead of Splatoon 2.5, which is forever one of the complaints that Splatoon 2 will be getting about Splatoon 1. I think
Absolutely.
They introduced a whole new mini game with a bunch of different maps and a bunch of different cards, and most people are just like, what's that?
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but that is definitely the case, which is one of my main reasons for making people do this in the first place. Alright, the players are at the table. They are picking their map now and setting up, so we'll be able to zoom in to that very shortly. Yes, I can spectate. Excellent. Alright, let's head on over.
Hooray!
And watch astutely. Alright.
It is indeed time to duel. Did they sit down at the right side of the table now?
I believe so. I think the colors
Hopefully.
actually changed so that you're always the alpha,
okay.
so we should be okay.
Oh,
no.
cool.
That happens in single player. In multiplayer, they do actually have to host correctly, so...
This is the hardest part of the tournament, guys.
The colors might be wrong, we'll see.
See, that's
Alright.
And I think that's Alice, according to what we know, so... Ooh, look at those sleeves.
Oh, yes. So to get the sleeves, you have to beat someone 30 times. At their highest level. So that's a player that has played, at least.
Yeah. I don't have those sleeves specifically, but I have like one sleeve set, and I was like, wow, these are so cool looking.
Yeah, they are really nice. Okay, so the main thing to consider here for Turbo Turf is the players only have a 10-second time limit. If they don't lock in a move, they will be forced to pass with the largest card in their hand. And large cards are very good for the early game, so you do not want to be passing early on. That being said, Skep is only drawing small cards. They are building a lot of very tight-knit special. This might be the strategy of their deck.
Yeah. I think, yeah, there's a lot of special going out, and they already have the single point.
And they could easily get the rest with another piece. The concern I have is that they're giving up a lot of ground in the early game. And the specials are very tightly clustered, so they're going to need to spread out. Specials very well and good, but it can't make up a difference of 20 if your opponent's playing correctly. So you got to make sure that...
here we go.
Yes, this is... Oh, can they find where it goes?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. There's one place.
Oh, yeah, we're going to see some very, like, clutch 1-second plays here. And, the score difference isn't that much, so I would definitely say that Skep is in the lead right now in terms of their layout.
Yeah. Oh.
If they have a 2
think
in their
that-
deck, that'll be brilliant. If
Yeah,
they
I was gonna
don't-
say if they have a 2.
Yeah.
If they don't, that's really unfortunate. But they do seem to have a lot of small cards in their deck, and I think that's one of the reasons for, you know, playing this deck. See, there's another one, and that's
They're also snug.
it's just really nice. Yeah, it's like Tetris, but also not like Tetris at all.
Yeah.
Oh, they have a 3, but not a 2.
Oh, that's not going to quite do it. On the other side of the board,
I think-
Alice taking
Yeah.
up a lot of space, and they've got their specials quite well spread out. So if they're able to get some special on the board, they can lock this down. They've got a pretty
Oh, but
significant
here's-
advantage. Oop.
Yeah, but here's the special coming out from Skep. Gonna
No,
use that tri-stringer.
not gonna
I don't
fit.
know if they have time.
Oh.
Oh man, and I think they'll have to
Unfortunately.
pass that, right?
Yeah, the specials have to be
Yeah.
connected to an existing special piece, and it takes a bit of time to find those spots. So
It really
that's
does.
very unfortunate. Okay, they're able to get that out. Lil Judd's on the board too. It's a big score difference. We're going to need 2 huge specials here from Skep to take this back.
And there's 2 turns and 5 special points. So Skep's looking to place this tri-stringer, but
Oh,
they
no.
can't find it as a spot. And I think the double pass though, so the board won't change
Yeah,
here.
at this point there's not enough time for Skep to take this back. They didn't have the time to find their special placements, and because of that, that is
Yeah.
going to be a dominating victory for Alice in our first game.
Oh
here.
man, that was really satisfying watching them all click together though.
Yes, I'm so sad for them that it didn't pay out, because they really had a solid special build strat. It's just that they didn't have the time to find those special places.
Yeah, when you actually can, you know, execute the specials, I feel like it'd be a really strong deck and strategy, but in Turbo Turf, maybe not quite.
Yeah. Alright, well that is going to be our first point for the Rio's Rulebreakers as we move through
Yeah.
to our second round.
Alright, so remember how I said that they were going to be picking from games? We have a board of all of these games available. Picking each game reveals the game behind it, and for the first about half of this, if a game gets passed over twice, it automatically gets taken out to reveal the game behind it.
That's absolutely
So-
correct.
Yeah, so let's go through the choices we have here. Polite Riders means that if you, when your team reaches a checkpoint, everybody has to jump back to spawn. Sheldon's Request is Clam Blitz, but the audience gets to recommend a weapon that both teams have to use. And recommend here is in quotes, because as you guys probably know as an audience, chat doesn't always have the player's best interests in mind.
Absolutely not. And those weapons are from from last season's pick rate. They are the lowest picked weapons for the entirety of last season. So these are
I
weapons
missed
that
that.
players do not traditionally like playing. Which, yeah, obviously we're going to give you a lot of really nasty choices on that one. And then Sponsored By is a very interesting one. Chat gets to pick a brand of weapon, and players can only choose from weapons in that brand. So we can pick something as limiting as Nintendo, and then they've only got N-Zap and S-Blast. Or we could be very kind to them and pick Splat and give them a choice of basically any weapon type they would like to play.
Yes. And it is the brand specifically as well, though generally most vanilla kits will fall into a specific brand as well. So like, you know, you have Splat, you have Deco, Dolphin, Neo, all those fun things. And so depending on if they pick that, you guys will get to have fun with that. So we're gonna wait a second and let them lock in their choice.
Yeah, so we had a bit of a chat with the players beforehand on things they do and don't want to play. There was a lot of contention around Bath Time, which is one of our level 2 games, because there's
That's the Splat Zone's Blob Blobber only, right?
Correct, yes. Because Skep is a well-known Blob Blobber player, and there was a lot of speculation that if that got picked, it would be a bit of a wash. So we'll see if that comes up. There are also some games much later. I know there was a lot of reticence to play Chargers, and we do have a game about Charger 1v1s. So that could potentially cause some problems for our teams as well.
Yeah, I believe everything that was played last week has been taken out this week. Is this correct?
That is correct. We want to show off new games for this week. So we've removed the games that were played last week. So you're not going to see any double ups. We're going to get all new games.
Man, I wanted to see Leapfrog again. That one was really
Leapfrog
fun.
is so fun too.
Yeah, so Leapfrog is one of the higher Chaos level games, level 4. So you have one player who's the frog, and they run around with a brush, and then everybody else can only move by super jumping. So generally you super jump to the frog, or you can super jump to other people. And killing the frog is fine. Yeah. So I think, yeah, last week the frog ended up dying at one point, and everybody was just jumping to each other, and so they were all just stuck in one position until the frog respawned.
It's so good. Alright, well, we have our mode pick. We're going to be playing Sponsored By. Let me start up the voting for you, chat. We're going to be playing Rainmaker on Sturgeon Shipyard, and you get to pick the weapon brand. Now, Tenatech is a brand you're probably quite familiar with, and has quite a few options. The Neo, Nouvou, and Dolphin brands, however, are much more limited. Dolphin especially is a very tight
I think
you
guys should pick Dolphin. You guys should pick Dolphin. That'd be really funny.
It's probably
Force them
the
to play
meanest
novel
one
notes.
to pick. I definitely like Neo as well. Like, you've got your Splatoon Splash, so we could have a very frenetic Rainmaker game. And Nouvou, that's like... What's on Nouvou again?
Brushes, mostly.
Brushes, oh my goodness, that would be quite funny.
Just like to point out that the TOs that are playing are also voting in chat because apparently DJ said they could.
They get one vote each, you know? That's totally fine.
I'm gonna put in my vote.
Yep. Very good. Oh, very, very nice, Dolphin. Good pick. Okay, looks like we are going with Nouvou. Fairly spread votes across the board, but yeah, this is gonna be a little nasty one, I think. This is basically hard carry. So if we have a look at the full list of weapons on the Nouvou brand, let me just pull that up. Actually,
yeah. So we've got all 3 brushes and their Nouvou variants: try, ballpoint, dapple, the stamp, and the stamper.
Ooh.
So that'll be fun.
You could make a balanced comp out of that. You could run a ballpoint for your backline. You could run a stamper.
You could make a balanced comp with that.
Yeah, I didn't say competitively viable. I said balanced, right?
Okay, you know what? That's fair. That's fair.
100%. So,
but yeah, I think there is a pretty good variety, especially throwing that ballpoint in there. Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse. Specifically Dolphin. Dolphin would have been worse. Okay.
That is true. Just all nozzle nose.
Oh my god.
And the Dreadringer and the Squiffer. Oh, that's so. But yeah, we do get to have a little fun here. Yeah. I kind of wonder how many tri-sloshers we're gonna see. Just because like
that's like the most reliable weapon out of these, right? So we're probably gonna see at least 2 per team.
Yeah, just because like a lot of these are definitely fair picks. I mean, you know, ballpoint, relatively common. Brushes are definitely out there, but like you said, I feel like try is like, you know, the tried and true type deal.
That's a good pun. That's great. Tried and true.
Yeah.
Love that. Alright, well, we're just waiting on a few players to join the lobby, so we probably have a bit of time.
So just because this is like, you know, fun and one-off event, we're allowing people time to visit the shop if they need, pick out weapons if they need them, because, you know, not everybody has everything unlocked, and at the end of the day, this is all for fun, so if somebody wants to play one of these but doesn't have them unlocked, yeah, you got the time to go buy it.
Absolutely, and I'm not going to out specific TOs for not playing the game, but I can
I'll out myself, I don't play the game.
There you go. So, yeah, there are some TOs that just need to acquire stuff because they have the licenses but they haven't touched the game in a year and a half. You know, these things happen. We do it for the love of the game, and that's why we're here to punish our TOs today.
Yeah. We should just, I think that we should change the rules mid-tournament and then gaslight them into thinking they were always that way.
That's smart. I have the power to do that. What should we do? We can make any change.
Yeah, what do you mean? You should have read the rules.
Yeah, obviously. It's been here the whole time. We have to penalize you. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, all of these games do have specific tiebreaker, disconnect, weapon and ability, such and such rules. And sometimes a couple modifications are made, such as when we had the... Oh, what is the name of the one where the crab got pulled out and just totally displaced Vic Beyond?
Yeah, the tower defense game, and we not tested it in Splatoon 3. So we did not conceive of the fact that people would use the crab to push the defenders around. And it was brilliant.
Yeah.
We haven't actually changed the rules on that. That's still allowed because that was so smart.
I think it's very good. Yeah. Squid Defense Force. Basically, yeah, like you said, tower defense. Defenders find a place and you can't kill them, but they can't move, and you try and get the Rainmaker dunks.
Okay, well, all our players are in lobby. Will be in the game in less than 20 seconds. We're playing Rainmaker on Sturgeon Shipyard.
Did the game decide? Did the game decide Sturgeon Shipyard? Was that random?
That's correct. The Showdown app randomly picked Sturgeon Shipyard for us.
Well, it could be worse, I suppose.
It could absolutely be worse. It has the option of every map in the game, so it could have been very...
Oh, man. The classic... Well, Sturgeon Shipyard, it could definitely be worse. Alright, let's check out what we got here. We do have the Tri-Slosher, we'll see the brush, we'll see the ballpoint, and 2 tries on the side of Ria's Rulebreakers. So, not quite 2 per team, but close enough. Vapor on the ballpoint, of course, does not surprise me whatsoever.
I'm a bit shocked
given
to see
that, you know,
brush, honestly, for Rainmaker. It could be interesting, but I feel like we're just going to see a lot of them losing to Tri-Slosher, right?
I was going to say the Tri versus Inkbrush matchup is not very favorable to the Inkbrush, and I'm sure people have figured that out by now. So I think the speed is definitely fair, maybe picked for a little bit of kit. We got Cooler coming out, we have the Reef Slider, and you know, if you didn't know that the weapon restrictions were placed, you might just think this was a regular game of Rainmaker.
Yeah, if like a bit curious of choices. This feels like low division Rainmaker, but we do have the Rainmaker making the jump, but not quite getting shut out. The ballpoint able to put that one down before they reach checkpoint. We should still see a checkpoint here. I don't think the players are in position to stop it entirely. We do get the dunk, but this is going to get cleared out now. They gave everything to make that happen, and they are wisely retreating.
Yeah, still 2 down, though, on the side of the... Oh my gosh, me trying to remember. That's the Pog-Tolings, I believe, 3 down now. So even though that push did get cleaned up, they were still able to take out a lot with them and delay that push. Now, Vapor's going to pick up that Rainmaker. Very fair ballpoint on the Rainmaker, but they probably didn't get nearly as far as they would have liked. They're going to opt to take this right path here, and ballpoint's going to pop Inkjet and try and get some picks. Real nice pick there, and looking for the second. The Rainmaker does go down.
Yeah, and with only 1 left on Pog-Tolings, I don't think they're going to be sticking around for too long. I mean, they're an Inkbrush. They can just zoom me around if they want to. But the Rulebreakers...
Which is, I think, precisely what happened.
Yeah, Rulebreakers are going to fully lock down mid here. They have a significant lead, but I wouldn't be satisfied with this on Sturgeon. You can definitely get a higher score than this.
Yeah, did you see how far DGM pushed to get that pick? Did get taken down, but just the sheer distraction of having a try running at your face is very valuable. Rainmaker's going to get right up to that point it got before, but a little bit further, actually. 39 does get taken out. 2 down, though, and there's the pick up, so that push is going to end.
Yeah, much nicer push. That could be a game-winning push right there at 39. Especially with all these shutdowns. It looks like Pog-Tolings are having a hard time staying up. And I'm gonna hope it's these weapons and that this isn't a trend that is to come. We have a very big push from the Rulebreakers all the way around that elbow. They're gonna get right up to the podium. They do not dunk. But that is a much safer scoreline for 2-minute defending.
Yeah, 4 on Sturgeon Shipyard is a really, really nice place to be. You can see that jump in, unfortunately getting camped there. There's still someone here, but the try vigilant, able to see that, and so now that no more sneaky pushes. Sometimes you have a little bit of sneaking around, but it's not going to happen here. So the Pog-Tolings are going to start getting out back to mid. That's a good push, good start, but you can still see the huge amount of control that the Rulebreakers have, and that the Rainmaker has to get through before they even start getting more points on board.
I'm loving Elemental's movement here. We saw them squid roll through a torpedo earlier, and they're just zipping around the place like a good tri-slotter should. We are seeing some aggression here from Pog-Tolings in the closing minutes. They do need to get this checkpoint very soon, because if they have to get the checkpoint during overtime, they're going to have a near impossible time getting lead as well.
Yeah, nice Rainmaker pick there.
Box jump comes out, the Inkjet tries to shut them down and is not able to. That is checkpoint clear.
But that is 3 down, the Brush being the only one left. So the control here is solidly to the Rulebreakers. Tomo on that ballpoint, trying to get a shutdown, but going to get swarmed. Killer Whale is also coming out. Rainmaker does go down. That's 3 down on the side of the Rulebreakers. Right here is the opening that the Pog-Tolings need. Rainmaker does go back to mid, though, and they're going to take it the slightly longer way around here. Hoenn trying to make a bit of space. Not quite getting the pick, and unfortunately running out of ink, and that is going to be 3 down, unfortunately. So up to 55, not quite where they want to be, and now we're heading into the last 20 seconds of this match. We still have presence around this Rainmaker from both teams. Elemental here trying to get something done. They have the cooler as well. That is a nice pick from Vapor, catching them out unaware. A second one, looking for that third. Gets the triple.
An amazing set of splats, but unfortunately the Rainmaker resetting during that fight. They're only just able to grab it, but they're going to have to hold on for so much longer now. We've got... Oh, that's a very quick push there from Alice.
That pincer.
Great pincer. Amazing work. That is shut down by the Rulebreakers. They're going to take that second game.
Oh man, that triple into turning around and going, wait, the Rainmaker is gone.
So heartbreaking. Like, that was really the makings of the push they needed. It's just unfortunate that it fell apart. I mean, the fact they were able to keep presence up there, they went 3 down, but they all jumped in, and the ballpoint did a great job staying up in that spot. So, I was very impressed. Unfortunately, it did not result in a point.
Yeah, man, I was all ready to go into my spiel of like, oh, this is the opening that they need, and here's the push, and here's the overtime, and I was like, wait, the Rainmaker is gone.
Yeah, Rainmaker, oh no, help Rainmaker land.
Oh no, the objective.
Yeah, those 5 seconds that the Rainmaker recollection takes, really devastating. Alright, well, first game down, we have another pick from the Pog-Tolings from this board. You'll notice the exclamation marks on Sheldon's request and Polite Riders. As Kata mentioned earlier, that means this is the last chance to pick those before they disappear. We also have mini makers available now, which is Explosher only Rainmaker. Devastating.
Oh, I think I'm gonna say I think I know what they're going for.
Yeah, I have.
Yep, and they've already locked it in.
Almost certainly.
Yeah, no, they locked it in immediately. DJM didn't even get time to post the screen cap of what their options were. They immediately locked in mini makers. Hoenn went to buy Explo. We're getting real-time update on the alpha team here. But of course, anybody who knows Vapor knows their love of Explosher and their real expertise with it, honestly. So
excellent.
Now we get to pick the map.
The fun thing about this as well, yes, chat, you can vote on the map. Go ahead and vote for your favorite Rainmaker map. The fun thing about this as well is that there's a certain way to play more higher level games in the Showdown, and that's by picking the same slot every time, because obviously you're clearing the one behind it faster than they're expiring naturally. So through this method, you could play level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4, 5 again, and play a lot of the high-level games. So, depending on the player's preferences, we could see some very heavy restrictions imposed on these players today. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, also do remember that the way our counterpicking works is that the loser of the previous game gets to pick the next one, and then for Final Showdown, that's a whole thing. We'll explain it when we get to it, but there's a benefits board and they can buy stuff, and it's very fun. The whole system is pretty cool.
Alright, well, I got my vote in. Looks like... Ooh, hang on. We got a vote come in on the exact frame. There we go. we had a
Oh,
three-way
is that-
tie. That hasn't happened before. A vote coming in on the exact frame that voting ended for Wahoo World.
Huh.
Congratulations,
Frame
Liberal.
perfect voting tonight.
Frame perfect vote. Very good. With a three-way tie, the Showdown buddy has picked Hammerhead Bridge as our Rainmaker map. We were very split on that, chat. Gotta love it. So Rainmaker Hammerhead, already a rough time. I feel like the Exploshers are gonna have a hard time shutting down the Rainmaker on this map.
I was gonna say, you guys could have, like, gone for something that would have helped them with the explosion. But
No.
here we are at Hammerhead Bridge.
I mean, my favorite with both Minimakers and Bath Time is maps with a lot of grates on them, because they just can't fight, and it's so funny. But Explosher,
like,
Hammerhead
Everybody
should be...
can't fight.
Exactly, so it's just a bunch of people looking at each other aggressively, which is always a good time. With Hammerhead Bridge Rainmaker, I feel like they're going to be able to hopefully land some splats on each other at the very least. I don't know what everyone's Explosher experience is at, but it's not something for the faint of heart. And an Explosher duel can get very tense very quickly. A lot of very fun ways to trade with an Explosher.
Yeah, I mean, that makes, I think, 3 modes of just aggressively looking at each other, because we had Hardcore played last time where if you die, you can't rejoin the game, and a lot of it was just the players sitting around and looking at each other for a while.
They would occasionally poke the zone, but they would not get into each other's range. And that, it was such a good round of Hardcore as well, because usually it goes one team's way and then they wipe the board, but we had like a team come back from 2 players versus 3 players to actually winning, which was so good.
It went from, I think, like a 3v2 to a 1v2 really quickly.
So if you haven't watched last week's Showdown, definitely recommend going back at some point. That being said, you're here now, and we're gonna watch some Minimakers. I love this so much because an Explosion is basically a mini Rainmaker, you know? It has the same kind of arc and shot, it explodes at the end. It's just not as lethal, and it has limited ink capacity.
Yeah, I was gonna say the unlimited ink thing is probably one of the big things.
Yeah.
Relatively even spread, but
Alright, we are going to reverse there. I don't know what the problem was, but I did build in a feature to go back to this screen during the week.
Yippee!
So we don't have to sit on a black screen while we wait to figure out what went wrong. It looked like all the players had the correct weapons there, but... I see. The teams were set up incorrectly.
Spread. I was gonna say there was a nice spread between custom and vanilla.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't see more vanilla because that ink storm is so useful for creating a push in Rainmaker when you don't have a weapon to paint for you. Like, Explosher is not the painting weapon you need for Rainmaker.
I mean, like, it'll paint for itself, right? But barely enough. Like, in order to have an Explosion thrive, something's gotta enable it.
100%. And I don't know the customs kit well enough to know how effective it is on Rainmaker. I'd be very interested to see how that plays out. It's got the splash wall, right?
Oh, I believe so, yes.
Yeah, so like...
Special and frantically attempts to remember its special.
Yep, I was hoping. I was just like, I've forgotten, hopefully we can get that looked up. I mean, we'll know very shortly if we don't. It's not Kraken, is it?
I don't think it is.
Is it Chump? No.
It is Triple Splashdown.
Triple Splashdown, right, that's right. It's the panic button. Which, that's probably...
Triple Splashdown is such a funny special weapon to me. Yeah, panic button.
100%. I could definitely see that being the way the Rainmaker gets shut down with the weapons that we're running.
Oh man.
It's just like, the Rainmaker's coming towards me, betting I won't hit them. Splashdown.
Yeah, Triple Splashdown on Custom Explo has the same energy as Splashdown on Vanilla Hydra.
Yeah,
it
is an
Splatoon
interesting
2.
pick. I will say, like, Triple Splashdown works a lot better with Super Jump as well. So you could potentially, if your opponent's getting hassled in a melee fight, you would probably have enough time to jump to them and Triple Splashdown on that fight before the fight resolves. So you could potentially make something of that as well. Also, triple splashdown, an excellent splash wall counter. You just use it right at the front of it, and the 2 duplicates that you throw forward go past the splash wall. So, we might get to see that in action.
Screw this splash wall in particular.
Exactly, and anyone hiding in front of it or behind it.
Goodbye. Yeah. Your splash wall is no match for my 3 splashdowns.
Okay, so the weapon comp's looking pretty similar to what we had before, and no real surprising abilities either. Let's watch the carnage.
Oh man. There are Explosher... What do you even call them? Explosher pellets? They're flying.
Oh, and like the fact that you just see little explosions everywhere. It looks like burst bombs are just going off all over the map. This is what Splatfest is going to look like with the fizz bangs, potentially.
Oh man. Yeah, so with 3 down on the other side, it looks like the Pog-Tolings are going to get that first pick. Already they're headed up to that checkpoint there. Nice checkpoint break. And there goes the triple splashdown right on top of it. 2 down, but they are going to get popped. And we still have a little presence here. Aiming this thing, even with the explosion, I find surprisingly difficult, just because it's so heavy. It's so heavy feeling. Like, I know that's the point, that's the class of the weapon, but it just feels heavy.
Yeah, 100%. It's very bulky, the time to fire is quite low. So, yeah, definitely. We do see here Vapor, the only one remaining. I think Vapor actually has good Explosher experience. We saw them dancing earlier on a black box, avoiding all the shots and returning fire.
Very much so.
They'll be the one to watch. We finally have a chance for the Rio Rulebreakers to push back. Vapor Splashdown not able to catch anyone off guard, but we do
that's
see
a
the
nice
picks.
pick from Elemental there.
Beautiful. And the attempted super jump out was caught. And we have multiple members ready to go for the Pog-Tolings.
Oh man, yeah. You cannot hide from that Explo when you are point censored. There is the swim, just avoiding the splash wall fully. There's another one, though. Real nice pick. Elemental's doing great work here. I wonder if they have a previous experience that I'm not aware of.
Amazing.
Whoa!
A very quick knockout.
Nice... Yeah, nice triple splash down there to paint, like you said, and look at how much yellow ink is on that.
And look at how many lines with circles on the end of them there are.
Yeah.
So great. Yeah, I mean, like, that was very solid. I really like how the Pog-Tolings also meted out their specials. We saw them use all 3 splashdowns on that final approach, and they were all one after the other. They didn't panic and use them all at the same time. They used one at the bottom of the ramp, one on the middle of the ramp, and one at the top of the ramp. Perfectly executed. Love it.
Just the splashdown slowly encroaching upon you. You can't do anything about it.
Absolutely not. Like, what are you going to do? Shoot that out of the sky with an Explosher? Absolutely not. Not happening.
Yeah, the Explo means that the cancel is a little bit more difficult. Alright, so we have now some more modes revealed. It is going to be the pick for Rio's Rulebreakers. We talked about bath time. That is zones, but blobber only, and I believe it's guaranteed to be on Mahi? Is that right?
No, I don't believe it's guaranteed. It just looks nice there, because obviously there's a lot of places to swim. But chat does get to pick the map for that one.
Oh yeah, it's not guaranteed. That's a shame. Okay, so for Halfcourt, there's Clam Blitz. I believe that's 2 games, so only one team is allowed to score in each game, and only power clams count towards the score.
That's
if both teams score the same number of goals, then the team that took the less time to score the number of goals wins.
Yeah, so how good are your dunk strats? How good are your Kraken cheeses? These are the questions that you have to ask for Halfcourt. At least in Halfcourt, they're able to defend themselves, so we will still see a lot of splatting and very defensive kits, because you are allowed to change kit between rounds in Halfcourt, I believe. I actually might need to double check that. I could be wrong.
It doesn't say anything against doing that.
Okay, very good. Well, we're going to see Halfcourt played. We have had it selected, so Halfcourt we go.
I thought you were just going to stop that we have had it, and
yeah,
I was like, no.
There was a lot of requests in Showdown 2 being like, please pick bath time for Skep. Skep wants to play bath time. Not today. Well, if they lose this one, they'll have a chance to pick it. So we'll see how that shakes out. In the meantime, Halfcourt. Yeah, so we're going to play 2 games of Clan Blitz. One where the teams are on attack and one where the teams are on defense. And it's all power clams. You can't score incremental clams. You need to have those power clams ready. Now, this is easier to do in Splatoon 3. Because in Splat 4, you needed 10 clams for a power clam. So it's a lot harder to get those power clams going. So we'll probably see higher scores or potentially knockouts in this.
Yeah, I do think it's funny that once they changed the clam numbers, does anybody remember? I'm sure people remember, but that strategy where you would only take 3 clams from the 4 clam spawn so that the game wouldn't spawn any more clams.
Oh, yes, that was brutal. I do remember
that. Because that was the whole idea, right? The game has a set number of clam group spawns, and if you pick up the whole group, then the game goes, ah, you picked up the clam, there's no more group, I'm going to spawn more. But if you pick up 3 out of the 4, and you don't pick up that last one, then the game will be like, huh, there's still a group.
It was devastating. And,
anyways, that's not really a thing anymore. And we're going to Mako Mart. Would you look at that?
Yay, Mako Mart. We got a good map. Title just a bit late on that vote for Sturgeon. Oh no, this... Oh right, yeah, I see. There's an E in Sturgeon there. The Sturgeon. That's alright. We'll get there. The E is in the wrong place, but that's fine. So, we are playing Clan Blitz on Mako Mart. I'm sorry, title. Yeah, so this is going to be 2 games of clams. Now, if you were a team that was playing Clan Blitz and your only thing you could do was defend, what kind of weapons do you bring, especially for Mako Mart? Like, you don't need to make an offensive push happen, it's all defense. How do you do that? Is it Splatlings? It might be Splatlings. That's what I'm gonna guess at. Okay, yeah. Oh, hang on. There are questions. There are questions being asked in the Discord. Okay, so, we're just figuring out which team is going to be attacking first because they get to choose. Alright, there we go. Clarifying things in chat for our players. This one is a bit more complicated than a lot of our other games, so we've got to make sure we get that one clear across the board. Oh, you're back? Okay, so I've got confirmation the Rio Rulebreakers are going to attack first. And we're just getting the rules explained. That one of the players from Rio Rulebreakers has entered the other team's VC to explain how the game works to them. That's not weird at all. Oh, okay. It seems like we've also lost Kata real quick. So, I'll be solo commentating until their computer picks back up. Let's get F's in chat for Kata. Very unfortunate. Right. Let's see. Okay, so yes, we have it confirmed. The Rio Rulebreakers are attacking first. There's no friendship in Splatoon, only clams. Lovely. So they're getting the rules explained to them now. And while we wait... Okay, there we go. We got an F in chat. Thank you very much. Okay, and the players are back in their relevant chats. Kata is back in the VC. Looks like we might be able to continue.
Yeah, my whole computer decided to freeze. Did we talk about the spies yet?
We didn't talk about the spies fully, no. I did mention that one player from Rio's Rulebreakers just went into the other team's VC to explain the game. But yeah, we do have spies.
Yeah, so because DJM is, you know, kind of the head of everything and has permission to see everything in the Discord, including the hidden team chats, we've assigned a spy from the Alpha team, Hoenn, who now can also see all of the chats. So each team has one person that can see all of the chats. It's not
fair.
really anything serious, but it's for fun, you know?
Yeah, we would hope that they would respect the sanctity of the showdown and not look at each other's chats, but we know it's happening.
Yeah, I think it was explained as I think Hoenn explained it as each team has been assigned a spy. Both spies are not very sneaky and they're very nice, but watch what you say.
Exactly. Alright, I just need to check, is this a recon game mode? Oh goodness, I don't remember. Alright chat, I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek of the lobby while I figure this out.
Oh my gosh, the lobby! Oh!
Alright, great. I had a look. Excellent. I just need to check that. We have a few game modes that are played in recon mode. If you were watching last week, you would have seen Squid Defense Force was played in recon mode. And recon mode doesn't have background music. There's no background music in recon mode. The players just get to listen to the sound effects and quiet. So what we do for the stream is I have a OST track picked out for each of those game modes. You might have enjoyed listening to Bing Bang last week during Squid Defense Force, which I think is a great choice.
Bing Bing.
Exactly. And we have
Bing,
two
bing.
more recon game modes in the list. So if we hit any of those today, you'll get to listen to some other Splatoon OST music. I tried not to pick the standard battle themes, because you're going to get to hear those in all the other games. So we'll get something a little different.
Just put some of the side order music on.
Yeah.
Make everything 500 times more ominous.
Yeah, stressful.
It's the equivalent of putting on the number 8 regret track. But
Yeah.
all of them.
100%. I didn't have access to the side order music because I'm still playing through it and I didn't want to look up the OST.
No, that's fair.
That's on me. But I did definitely go through the single player campaign because there's a lot of great music in there that I haven't heard in a year. So some good quality tracks. Alright, we have less than 20 seconds before we begin our game of Halfcourt. Keep in mind the team on your right, the Bravo team, will be the first team attacking. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of weird play. It might look a bit weird what our Alpha team is doing, what they're up to, but we assure you we're making them do it, and that's how the game is played.
They are definitely doing this of their own accord.
Exactly.
Yes. There are no arbitrary restrictions placed on them. This is just a normal, regular game of Splatoon 3.
100%. Alright, our players are dropping in. Let's see what we have on our defense. Bloblubber, Explosher. We're keeping the Explosher, hey? That's interesting.
Yeah, again, Vapor will play Explosher in normal circumstances.
See. And we've got
I think
Skep
it's very fair.
Skep on the Blob as well. We talked about that a lot earlier. It's nice to see it in play, as well as a
The ink brush.
Yeah, ink brush
Oh.
again. It must be a comfort pick. I'm surprised to see it, but I guess for offense, it's gonna get you those basket dunks, right? That's what it's really all about.
Yeah. I think defense is having a lot of fun right now. I mean, they've got a lot of turf. If this were a regular Clan Blitz match, I'd say, wow, they're probably going to push soon.
But no push.
Yeah. I have just realized, defense can pick up clams, right?
Oh, yeah,
that is
100%. That's totally allowed. They can do whatever they want with those clams, such as throw them off the map.
Hey, this is strangely similar to, Is this the same one where
No, so
defenders
in
are
Yeet
supposed to
later
throw...
on, the defenders aren't allowed to get splats, so they will only be doing that. Whereas this is.
I was gonna say this seems oddly reminiscent of another.
Yeah.
This seems oddly reminiscent of another game mode that I've read, but right now, minute and change in, and there have been no scores. We have all of these specials coming out right now, and more clams getting thrown off the map. Listen to that wonderful swishing sound.
Yeah, something to keep in mind about Halfcourt is that when you're on defense, you're not worried about the objective at all. You're not trying to score. And because of
it's deathmatch.
It's just deathmatch for you, exactly. You're just hunting players. You don't have to worry about an objective. So they're going to be stronger at combat for most of the game, simply because they don't have anything else to do.
The default state of Splatoon player, kill.
Exactly. Alright, we do have
here
Alice
comes the Kraken.
They are running with their life, and they're not able to get past, which means the Kraken cheese is not going to fly.
Yeah, I think it was Toma there on the Kraken. The just got very ahead, and I think the Clam got a little left behind. DJM almost! Oh, but Vapor said absolutely not and shut that down. We are just under halfway through our match right now, and that Power Clam is going to expire. So, back to square one, though with the few picks that they got in that push, they've got a little bit more control, and the Rulebreakers are putting down paint and starting to reclaim their side of mid.
Absolutely. And I think we're just going to see a lot of the Explo on the Pog-Tolings just sitting back, just keeping an eye on that goal, on that basket, making sure no one flanks around the side, making sure the brush doesn't get sneaky play.
Yeah. So Hoenn in that firefight actually had 6 clams and went down. Believe that gave Alice the necessary clams. But now you can see Skep and Elemental. That clam almost fell off the map, and now that is 3 down. And so Vapor can just chill right now. The combination of these two long-range sloshers just kind of terrifying. Alice, I think, trying to do a super jump thing, but Vapor is just right there and getting another pick on DJM as well. And these point sensors are so useful for the Explo because now Vapor knows exactly where to get those indirect hits or even those direct hits.
100%. We've seen 2 attempts at the Kraken cheese now, but the players on Pog-Tolings are so quick to just hunt any player holding a power clam that they just don't work. They've not been able to make it happen.
I've just realized, I don't think there's anything in the rules if there's a tie and it's 0-0.
Yeah, you know, I guess I kind of hoped it wouldn't happen. They will have an extra 5 minutes.
Oh, cheese?
I really hope...
Oh, I forgot about overtime, yeah.
Okay, we've
got... DRF.
Yeah, they've got Tacticula, so they're very quick right now. They should be able to zoom by. They have been spotted,
Speed.
but DJM's coming around the side. No, they
DJM also got spotted.
As well. Alice gets the run! We're on the board!
And Toma's gonna try and get that second one in. Unfortunately, not able to chain that throw in. That would have been huge. DJM's gonna try and go in. Unfortunately, get taken down as well. There is a single score, no. So there is a bar. There is a bar to be cleared now.
Exactly, and it was made with 45 seconds remaining. So that's the other team has to get that first dunk. Assuming no more score goes on here, the other team has to get the first dunk within the first... Oh, Alice is sneaking by! I was gonna say,
the sneaky!
Within the first 4 minutes, but yeah, Alice really zipping around on that.
Come on, DJM! Oh, Toma! Come over the Kraken cheese!
Oh, I don't think they're going to be able to pick it up in time. No, they've got... They did! Amazing! They had everyone firing at them. That was the whole team firing at them. They were able to do it. Okay.
How many players does it take to kill one brush player?
Great question. Now, the funny thing is, because they got a pity clam, overtime is going to happen. They really want to get rid of that pity, just in case, but I don't think a score is going to happen.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, well, let's put that on the board. That was 30 points. And they got those 30 points within the last 10 seconds. So, basically, a double dunk will win it for them at any point, because if they can get 2 power clams in, the penalty won't be a problem. And if they can't get the double dunk, they just need to get 30 points before the last 10 seconds of the game. Sounds easy, well. But we'll see how easy it really is.
Yeah, you've got to consider now, well, we've got the roles flipped, and now they're going to be the hunting ones.
Exactly. Alright, well, they don't have long to pick their weapons. I'm nervous about going back to the previous screen, because I think it might reset the scoreboard. Oh, actually, that's fine. I can just retype it. That's fine. We can go back.
Yippee.
Yippee! Alright, so that's our first half done. As we wait for our players to lock in. Let's see what chat thought of that. A lot of denials, I see. Yeah, we're very excited for how that defense went. They had such a solid control at the start. There was no scores for the first 4 minutes.
Yeah, I wonder if it'll be similar. I mean, again, we saw the iron grip that was held on mid. When you have you don't have the objective to worry about, you can do that. When you have to worry about clams and roots and all of that, suddenly things become a lot more difficult.
Yeah, I love also that the crack and cheese doesn't work, because the players with power clams get hunted down quickly, but a two-pronged approach was able to work. We just had enough distraction play using the stack as a blindside, and players rushing the basket at the same time. I wonder how coordinated that was in chat and how much of that was down to chairs.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's a typical Clan Blitz strategy, so it's nothing too crazy. We're only at level 2, of course. These games are only going to get weirder. But for the moment, yeah, I'm very keen to see how the Pog-Tolings are able to get those clams to basket.
Alright, I do want to see if any of the weapons have switched out now that the roles have switched.
Absolutely. Let's see what we got. We do have a much more aggressive comp coming out from the Rulebreakers. And yeah, not much of a change for the Pog-Tolings. They're running pretty much exactly what they were running before. But a
so for the
change.
Yeah, for the Rulebreakers, that's going to be power, that's going to be paint, right? At the cost of range. So they're going to be very sneaky with how they approach these long-range sloshers. Exactly like what's going here. Force them back, get that pick really nice using the slosher abilities against the other slosher abilities. Got a nice little squid roll there, unfortunately not quite able to get them out of being killed by Hoenn, but real nice movement there. And we have a very relatively even spread of paint compared to the last game. Right now both teams are holding their own relatively well in mid.
Yeah, it's a lot of back and forth right now. We do have Vapor with a power clam, and they know that everyone's watching them. But with the next splasher, oh, here comes the crack and cheese, and we don't have the hunt fast enough.
We're gonna... We do have score 1. Yeah, no power clam. Oh, I think they're trying to get that double dunk, but their players are very quick to clean that up. So we're not going to see a double dunk, so we just have to see another score any time before the last 10 seconds. But Rio's Rulebreakers are dead set on not letting that happen. Look at all of the picks that they are putting out right now.
Absolutely. I mean, just from that game alone, we saw a very strong effort in the last game of shutting down those power clam carriers to make sure that couldn't happen. We saw the Crab Tank come out to try to shut it down, but the Explo keeps players away from it, and very effectively at that. So, honestly, it's a good comp for what they need to do.
Fizzy Spam, my favorite weapon. I main the Fizzy Bomb, and the Try is the secondary, actually.
Love to see it.
So, honestly, with both teams trying to create pities, sometimes I've lost track of who's who. But we do have the pity, and we have 3 down. So Elemental's team is going to help rush, and there is the score.
That's all they need to do. The game is over. They have won. They did it in about half the time their opponent did as well. A very impressive display of strength. I think it just comes down to the fact that while these weapons picked by the Rulebreakers are very fast and aggressive, they don't control as much space, meaning that there were a lot more openings for the Pog-Tolings to get in and really get those scores going.
Yeah, a lot of those weapons, the Explo and the Blob especially, I think, like you said, the control, but also their weapons you have to respect, and I think that's why the defense with them was just so difficult, because a lot of these weapons, aggressive, fast-paced, but you're not forced to respect the space they control, like others, right? Because, like, weapons like the Junior and the Splash, sometimes you can just back up a little bit, and then, oh, they can't reach you anymore. But with the Explo, you have to, and the Blob, especially the Blob, I think, you have to live knowing at any time you could be hit when you're inside respectable range.
Gotta give good respect to the Rulebreakers there. They managed to shut down a Crack and Cheese push. The moment a Power Clan was on the board, the entire team rushed it and just ignored the Kraken entirely, and then no one was available to jump to the Kraken. Quite well handled. Unfortunately for them, too little too late in this specific
Are we still playing the mode, or are we playing regular
clan?
clan? I can't tell.
Very true.
I mean, just because very often you have I think clan lets you have very well-defined pushes, right? If you're not trying to score, then you are hunting players.
100%.
And I guess there are people that are trying to build the objective. Right? Where's the fun in that, right? So I guess at some point it does look like a little bit of a regular clan blitz match.
100%.
Whoa, Kraken time?
Kraken time? Ooh, is taking out.
Oh!
I mean, that's why we're running Tri-Slosher, just to really pressure those stacks. Drinks
yeah, I was gonna say.
Can they prevent this last power clam? Yes, they can.
I mean, the Expo picks that we've seen are from DRF here on the Tri, and another great pick. I was going to mention, but I forgot, Mako is just so great for Tri, and we knew this back in 2, mostly because of these stacks, but also all of these little slopes. It's a relatively well-balanced map, and it's got something for every weapon, but it just favors, you know, Tri and those little guys a little bit more.
100%. Alright, closing 15 seconds. Will we see a last second score? We've got a significant player advantage for the Pog-Tolings, but no power clan. Explo only has 6 and 2 seconds to make it happen. I don't think we're gonna see it happen. No, definitely not. DRF taking the pity, trying to get rid of it. Ooh, it was a good attempt. That is gonna be the game there. I love the power clam exiting the map, ending the game. That's so fun.
I was gonna say, one of the only times you'll see a power clam intentionally get thrown off.
Exactly. One of my favorite things about Showdown is you will never see a Splatoon tournament quite like this. Alright, well that is going to be the game to the Pog-Tolings.
Very nice.
Oh, and the fist bump. We love a good fist bump.
Fist bumps they're so satisfying.
So good.
Alright, we are 2-2 right now, evenly balanced. Let's take a look at what Rio's Rulebreakers will have to choose from. Oh. We have Yeet, which is the one that we were talking about. The defenders can't get splats, and so, you know, throwing the clams off the side I think is very pronounced in this one. And then we also have giving it 100%, which is another 2-game mode, where both teams try to cover as close to 100% of the map as they can in a turf war. So in this case, it's just a 2v2, but they're working together.
Yeah, it's such a fun one to watch because we as the spectators get the whole map view, so we can see exactly where they've missed and can make fun of them for it. Usually, teams get to 99, but it's 99 point what?
Yeah.
We might see the fabled 100% today. Who knows? Looks like we have a game pick, and it's going to be giving it 100%. So I'm going to lock that in. Just double checking that that is the case. Waiting for anything else. No, it looks good. All right. We're going to be giving it 100%, which means no bath time.
That is true. No bath time for Skep.
Oh, we hate to see it. Alright, well, let's get our 100% maps up. Now, we haven't played giving it 100% on any of these maps before because in Splatoon 2, this game mode was played on shifty stations. We don't have shifty stations in Splat 3, so we do not know how easy these are to paint. I know for a fact, Manta Maria, you've got the tiny little life raft, you can't forget that. Mincemeat has a ton of little pockets that are easy to miss. Eeltail is probably the easiest of these, I would wager. I'm gonna vote for Manta. I want to see if they remember the life raft. And we also have, I mean, some of them are probably listening to stream, so I've probably reminded them. And Umami is the other map we have on here as well. Umami is an interesting one because there's a lot of little drops that it could be very easy to forget about. We'll see.
I think...
Yep.
Oh, I had something funny to say that I forgot it.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Alright, well it looks like Umami Ruins is going to be the go here. Now the team that picks the game gets to pick whether they want to go first. And it looks like...
Yeah, in the case of an exact tie, the team that goes first wins, so there's really no reason not to go first.
There's one reason, which is that the other team, while they shouldn't be watching the stream, can absolutely jump into recon mode and have a look at the map and take their time to figure it out. Now, ties do happen kind of frequently because it is down to a specific P number or percentage. So we'll see if that tiebreaker matters. But I do like the gumption to go first on this.
Kind of want to see. I want to know if we're going to be seeing like the Ink Saber main arrow sprays.
Yes, I mean very much so. And special is a great way to refill as well. So a special that you can just throw and forget and keep painting is ideal for this mode. The
Inkstorm comes to mind.
Yes. Inkstorm is a great choice for it. The maps are smaller in this as well. We've never seen someone go 100% before, but this is probably the best chance we've had in the history of Showdown for a team to actually hit 100. So, fingers crossed for the Rio Rulebreakers. If they hit 100, we don't even need the other team to play, because they win the tie if they win.
Yeah, come on guys, we're counting on you.
Alright. I'm so excited for this.
Yeah, I feel like in like the first couple minutes they're gonna get everything visible, and then the last minute or so is going to be like frantically checking the map. What did I miss?
Yeah, and like that's the thing, players are allowed to open their map as well. Or at least I believe they are. I could have written that out between seasons, I don't quite remember. But yeah, like working with their team, the main difficulty as well is that, and this has happened once, you can accidentally splat your teammate if they're the opposite color.
That is true.
And that is such a huge time loss, so you've got to absolutely make sure that does not happen.
Yeah. Absolute pacifism.
Alright, what are we waiting on? It looks like we have all the right people in the room. I'm not sure what the holdup is. Yeah, players are allowed to use their map, so the map view is a very abstract representation of the map itself. It does...
Yeah.
Oh, does the Splatoon 3 map show turf? I think it does, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. So, like, you can see little pixels sometimes that aren't marked, but it doesn't have the fine level of precision required to get 100%. So, that players are going to have to
Yeah, it's useful for, like, oh, I missed this whole area of the map, or oh, there's this box, right?
Yeah.
But you're not going to be seeing those little pixels that you need.
Yeah, usually what it is you can ink under inflatables. They actually store ink underneath them, so you need a weapon with good enough spread to get underneath the inflatable. And if you don't check all your inflatables, there goes your 100%. Also, I don't know for sure, there's a lot of safety railings on Umami, specifically like little barriers so you can't swim directly off the map. I don't know if those count towards 100%, but if they do, that is an extra level of detail that our players have to accommodate for.
Yeah, a lot of these things are like, what does the game count as turf, and what doesn't the game count as turf?
Alright. I've sent a question in Discord wondering why we haven't started yet. We have all the correct players in the lobby. Looks like they might just be having a discussion. Okay, they're ready to go now. They specifically... This is admin abuse. In my Showdown, when I ran this in previous seasons, I didn't let them have discussion time. I said, you got the weapons you need? Right? Starting the timer.
Back in my Showdown.
Exactly. Whereas these admins are like, oh no, let's ask the judge for a bit of time so we can discuss tactics. It's like, no, you chose to go first. You should just be going. Alright, we do have our players set on different teams, which means we should be underway in less than 10 seconds. I can't imagine they're still picking their loadouts at this point.
Here we go.
Here we go. This is a very fun one to watch in overhead view. I'm probably going to manually fly the camera for this one, just so we can zoom around and have a look at all the sections on the map. And chat, if you spot something that the players have missed, don't type it in chat, because they might be reading chat. I don't know. They're probably, like, Just be like, hee hee, I see a spot. Something like that.
And I'll never tell.
Exactly. Okay, yeah, we've got one player still picking a loadout. I don't want to out anyone specifically, but Rulebreakers really taking their time here.
That's so mean.
Yeah. I'm also noticing in the icon we have for this game, there's sections of the wall that aren't painted. The wall doesn't typically count, but there's like slants and slopes, and those probably do count. Alright, here we go. I
suppose we shall see.
Yeah, the first attempt we've got Sploosh, Junior, Zap, and Aerospray. A good set of weapons to start with.
Yeah, we have the Junior though, not really. It has the Wave Breaker, so special pretty much out of commission for that.
I love the Junior here at the start, just absolutely covering every section, or at least trying to, but I'm noticing there is already...
New Splatoon player.
Yeah, but there's already a section they missed up on the high ground there. And I don't know if they've noticed. The tiniest of spots are going to get you, and the Junior with its shot spread does make it hard to reliably cover everything.
Yeah, that Wave Breaker I think is just going to be used for
special
ink
regen,
refills, which is fully fail.
Absolutely. Alright, yeah, we can see the corners being covered here. Looks like they're going for a map division of approximately mid there. I do love the reef slider being used to turf as well. You got to be careful when turfing with subs and specials, because they do not have perfect coverage, so you need to go back over them.
Oh, they hammered
the map. That's so good. I'm glad
I was gonna say, you could have just like thrown it at the other side and maybe saved some time, but you know what? I guess that's fair too.
Yeah, you don't want to accidentally hit an opponent, I suppose. Alright, they are making sure to cover underneath those inflatables, which you like to see, and they are going up to the edge here. You got to get the absolute edges. There's definitely still a spot in yellow spawn that hasn't been covered yet, but we'll see if they notice.
I was gonna say, when are they going to get to that area? It was really bothering me.
You gotta be precise here. Yeah, so...
Well, there was a whole section of the map that they weren't on, and I was like, do they know? They know, right?
And there's like different ways to do this as well. You can do a first pass, second pass, where you try and rush the map as quickly as possible, or you can just be as precise as possible initially. Alice still hasn't gotten the purple snipe there. You can see on that little platform, it has not been fully done. Hopefully they notice here as we go into the last minute. Yeah, so you can see the purple snipe section there.
Oh man, yeah, that's
hasn't been touched. It's a big spot, and there's also the little bit on the yellow spawn, that little corner. DJ, I'm jumping up.
I think
there
they're jumping back.
Yeah, okay, that's been covered. So the only
and Alice is getting the spot up there. I think DRF.
No,
I don't know if
they're on the low ground. They can't see it from where they are.
Yeah, I was gonna say Alice did get another spot that both of us.
It is very clearly there on the map as well. You can see it. It hasn't been touched. They've only got 30 seconds to spot it. They are...
Come on, guys, please.
This is a very hard game. I want to be clear. 3 minutes is so much pressure. Okay, they have managed to get pretty much everything. It's just that one spot that I can see. And they have not touched it. 10 seconds.
I don't think they're gonna... I don't think they...
Oh, DRF's noticed! DRF's noticed! DRF has got it at the last...
They noticed!
Oh, I don't think it was perfect, but it was very good. That's got to be a 99%er.
That's better than nothing.
Okay,
all right, here we go, guys.
50. Oh, that's 99.9.
99.9.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Thank goodness they noticed that at the last second. It is going to take a 100% score to beat them now.
Do we? If they both get 99.9, do we check the P values?
We could. I didn't take a screenshot there.
You take a. Hey, chat, somebody clip that.
I was going to say, actually, we can check the match stats, possibly.
Oh, is it in the...
It's not in...
Do they know? Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking this whole time.
Yeah, 100%. It's so fun to watch that. I'm amazed they got it at the last second.
Well, I will clip that just in case we can't get it.
Yeah. Yeah, we should be able to get it from the players as well if we need to compare P scores. So that is an option. We can always ask the players for their P scores there. All right, so yeah, 99.9%. If both teams get 99.9%, we'll look at the P scores. But yeah, I mean, clutch noticing there at the last second. That was very
I was
well
gonna
done
say,
by DRF.
do they really not know?
Yeah.
Okay, I got the P values just in case we need them.
Beautiful, love that. All right, well, it depends now on how well we can do for. I mean, Rio's Rulebreakers have done an excellent job. A 99.9 is the best score we've seen in Showdown. We've never seen the 100. I don't know if the game can physically allow it.
Missed a spot on the right in their base. Ooh.
Ooh, okay. All right, well, that was probably the 0.1% they missed. Epic Pikachu on the overhead cam with the clutch notice. I didn't pick that up.
Neither did I. All right, now we got to get that other team in here.
All right. Other players are all in. Looks like they're about ready to go. I don't think I need to switch back. Okay, the total p-value we have recorded is 2018. Oh my goodness, 2018? That's funny.
Oh, we're back.
We're back. Splatoon 2, we're back. Okay.
I saw today a logo for something in the Splatoon 2 style, and I had to do a double take reading it.
Love it. I'm going to quickly look up the Inkpedia page for Umami Ruins to see what the total p-value is for the map.
Inkpedia has that?
They're approximate, but I think it does have something like that. Alright, here we go. Attempt 2. We've got Zap, Splash, Splash, Splash.
Neo Splash, too.
Neo Splash is Burst Bomb, if I'm not No, it's Suction Bomb. What are they doing?
Well, I think it's the Tri-Strike, I think they want.
Right. Yeah, maybe for the piercing damage.
Yeah, and then Elemental's gonna be chilling with those super chumps. Look at that coverage. That's smart. I like that pick of that Zap.
I like that too. That's gonna buy them a lot of time. It's a special that doesn't cost them any time. So they're gonna have a lot of time to do those fine details later on.
And it can be recharged very quickly, unlike Inkstorm, which, you gotta wait for the whole storm to finish.
Yeah. Alright, early on, we can see the purple base has some streakiness to it. Especially on that right side there. It's a shame I can't free cam. I don't have access. Oh, do I have access to free cam in Splat 3 camera? I don't think I do. That's a shame.
Man.
Yeah, so...
There's the strikes.
Okay, strikes are coming out.
You gotta make sure not to hit your teammates.
Yeah.
But I think Skep did that so they wouldn't have to up to the platform. You can still see it's not perfect, though.
Yeah, 100%. We've got the strikes coming out on the yellow side. Yeah, it's not perfect. You can see they've hit the snipe platform there, but they haven't fully covered it, which means that if they don't go back over it, which thankfully they are, it could be a very easy mistake to make. Yellow side's looking very clean. One thing I will say is it's hard to see whether a spot is blank or if it's reflecting sunlight. Because ink is quite reflective. So we're just going to have a quick look at this precision here. Yeah, you got to make sure you get under those fences. You got to make sure you get all around
those are the fences you were talking about, right?
Yeah. There's also like little raised railings, like on the left side of the map. Because I know there's none around mid. Mid doesn't have
like
that
these
problem.
ones.
I'm trying to. There's not really. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Elemental. Elemental was getting close to them, but yeah, you can see this little railing here. It's not paintable, but below there are little railings that might be.
What is Skep doing?
I don't know what Skep is doing. Well, look, there's nothing wrong with painting over the opponent's turf.
Well,
it's a good way to make sure that you haven't missed anything. Does Hoenn notice that little bit at spawn?
Do they know?
Do they know? That's the only bit I can see at the moment. I think they've got underneath all the inflatables. Like we can see Skep just really trying to...
Yeah,
okay, they're striking them. Yeah, that is a great idea.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we've got the
jump back that spot is still there. Oh, Skep's jumped back.
Oh, it's been painted from below by Vapor. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's been cleaned up. Very nice. I don't think there's anything else. They're throwing suction bombs up there just in case. I don't think there's anything up there that counts, but I love the meticulousness.
Yeah, I think that's... Yeah,
it's looking solid. I don't see anything. Chat, do you see it?
Does chat know?
Okay. Oh,
Oh.
Epic sees one spot. Here is the moment of truth. 53. Alright, that's 99.9. We're gonna have to go to the p-values.
Alright. What's 1078 plus 939, chat?
1078, 939. Hold on. Math. That is...
Oh, I have a calculator right here.
Oh, perfect. I think that's 2017 versus 2018. I think that's one less. I think that is 1p less.
And you would be right.
Oh my goodness.
That is one point less.
1 point less. Amazing. Well, that means the Rio Rulebreakers are going to take that round by a single p. Amazing.
Oh man. I gotta wonder where it was.
Yeah. I mean, Epic Pikachu spotted something, so...
Was it the same spot? Did they get the...
They got the high spot,
wonder.
but like...
did.
It's hard to know. We can't see underneath the inflatables. It looked like 100% to me, but we're gonna move on.
Man, this game is brutal.
Yeah, it goes down to the wire. There was a tiny sliver in Yellow's base. Okay. Well, with that one down, it's gonna be a game choice for the Pog-Tolings here. We have access...
Guys, stop calling each other crins in chat. Come on, we're better than that.
We're better than that. Alright, 3 games to choose from. We've got P for Perfect showing up for the first time here, as well as You Are a Kid showing up for the first time.
Right, and these games are going to start disappearing after their first showing now because we're heading up on our final showdown very soon.
That is correct. So we've only got 3 games left to play with the scoreline as it is now before the showdown. So our teams are going to have to be very careful on what they choose here. Keeping in mind that if they choose You Are a Kid, we could potentially see 2 level 5 games. Or at least 2 level 4 games, which is something that would be new for the showdown. Looking at Alpha Team now, they're making their decision. Actually, no, they're too busy celebrating about that 1p win. Yeah, alright. We'll leave them to that for the moment while they make their decision. Now, You Are a Kid is an interesting one because no squid form. The main thing to keep in mind with that is that ink regeneration is very difficult when you don't have access to squid form. So special charge is very important. I like running tenacity a lot because it's a good source of passive special charge. Also, I mean, yeah, weapons that don't need ink to move around are very nice, so you get good use out of your splatlings, good use out of your ink brushes to really gain that movement.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about that one point when the paper says they're calling a match dispute for cheating. Yeah, let me just push the match dispute button on the Battlefy that we're definitely using.
Absolutely.
It's the final showdown.
I mean, it really came down to DRF spotting that one plat, right? Because that was so much P. That was maybe like 20p that was just sitting out untouched. So that
I was gonna say that might have even brought them down to like 99.8 or something like that.
Yeah. So very clutch notice there in the closing seconds. Do we have a game pick? No, our teams are very tensely deciding, and definitely not still molding about about that last game result.
Did we talk about P for Perfect? That one's so you guys get to select targets between half of the map and a quarter of the map, and then both teams are gonna try to paint exactly that amount.
Exactly.
And no more and no less.
The only real measure they have for that is that each player has a personal P counter on their screen, so they can see how much they've earned throughout the course of the game. So as long as they haven't been painting over each other, and as long as their opponent hasn't painted over them, they can in chat VC do math to figure out exactly what their score is. Obviously,
of course, you could also sabotage that by,
Yes.
painting over the other team.
And obviously,
Oh, right,
that's
they've
gonna be
locked
very
in,
hard to happen. They
I
have locked in
believe
you
they're
are a
locking
kid.
in you are a kid.
Yeah, so
So,
no math today.
No more squid. No squid.
And chat,
Just kid.
we've got Marlin Airport on display today, which is a fun Splat Zones map. Also, Humpback, Undertow, and Manta. Strategy would have been used to cover the entire map. That is possible too. You can be closer to the target than your opponent by having them have none of the map.
Yeah, if you
interesting way
just
of playing.
like fully dominate them in turf war,
Yeah.
then you'll be closer to the the total. But where's the fun in that?
Also, it's very easy to just like have your opponent cover the entire map and then just do a little bit of painting at the very end as well. There are ways to get around it for sure.
Guys, put in votes.
I'm putting in votes. Everyone in chat, you've got there's a 60-second window to vote. As long as you can see numbers on that screen, you can get a vote in. Technically, even if it says 0, you might be able to get a vote in. It's just accounting for stream delay, so should be fine. Alright, Marlin is the clear winner of this round. We're going to be playing Marlin Airport.
I like how they were just like, yeah, we got planes now.
Yeah.
Like, no mention of them in the previous game, then bam, aircraft.
You know, the squid technology is something that is very loosely covered by the Splatoon lore, but when you have art,
Yeah,
where do you go next?
that's true.
The thing that I find
mean,
funniest is that I don't think any Inkling or Octoling, at least not teenager Inkling or Octoling, would be dedicated enough to study aircraft and learning to fly, so the jellies have to be the pilots.
I mean, I knew people in I knew somebody in high school that was a licensed pilot. So
Wow.
yeah,
No,
they were
actually, I
like
take
they
it
were
back. Octolings would probably
really-
be dedicated enough to learn the tech. That's probably why
Yeah.
we only have
I mean-
planes now, because it took until Octo expansion for Octolings to join society.
Oh man, yeah. There's a whole thing and like the idea that like Octolings are like more tech savvy, right?
Yes.
And I think that's kind of it's almost supported by, all the important Octoling characters we have. Marina, whose whole thing is that she does tech and hacking, and you have Oct, who does her whole DJ thing, their whole DJ thing, but that's still like a technology thing. And then there's the whole, helicopter, aircraft, and building, all that stuff.
Yeah,
So,
all the massive
and-
weapons, like the war weapons, it's all in the Octarian history. And also, it's canonical that Inklings just don't have a lot of like tenacity and drive. They're very like chilled out, unless it's
Yeah.
something they're passionate about.
Like,
they
being
historically
fresh.
slept in on the first day of the Great Turf War, and that's why they were losing so badly. They just slept in. It's like it's a
This
war.
is the same energy as the rabbit and the turtle.
Yes, exactly.
The-
I mean, the main reason the Octolings lost is that their giant war machine was unplugged. Someone accidentally tripped over the cable, unplugged the war machine, and then they didn't have a war machine anymore. That's,
Why would you connect your war machine to one power source?
that's a
Come
very
on,
good
man.
question.
You gotta design better than this. Okay, where were we? Kid time.
Kid time. So these players are going to be running across the map. There is to be no
Flat
swimming.
lane.
No one is going to be able to get to the zone quickly
Oh,
because no
you
swim.
you can't squid form to regain ink, right? You have to just stand there.
That is correct. You also can't climb the walls. So that fan is
Oh,
going to be very
yeah.
important for getting your flanks
Yeah.
off.
No squid rolling, no surging, none of that.
None of that.
Oh, the curling bomb, and then it just kind of incapacitates you for a while because you lose like
So
what,
much
75% or so. Yeah.
Yeah, players should be
All
running
right,
a lot
so-
of subsets here.
Yeah, that's a nice ink storm there. Control. Ooh, that cooler also going to be very, very important. The sheer run
Oh,
speed.
no.
Oh,
Stuck. Has to jump out.
okay. So now we have to say, does super jumping count?
Super
Because
jumping
you
is
do.
allowed. The main
Okay.
rule is you can't press the ZL button.
So that makes.
Super jumping, you open your map, that's fine. And it's required.
You're
if
a
you get
kid
stuck
now.
in
You're
a
a
spot you
kid
can't
now.
get back from.
That's true. Soft lock.
Exactly. Alright, we've got a lot of pressure here. Ink mines are going to do a huge damage to the zone because players do not have as much ink capacity to paint back. You know, I'm surprised
you could say they're incapacitated.
Incapacitated? That's so good. Alright. Chump also very hard to deal with because you're limited ink. You don't want to be spending it taking out chumps. Wavebreaker.
Yeah.
I mean, Wavebreaker actually not going to be as devastating, I don't think. Players are gonna
I think it's just everybody's very... Yeah, everybody's going to be very focused on their movement in kid form.
100%.
Still nice for getting those assists, though.
Yeah, and getting ink back without having to stop firing. Penalty rapidly depreciating here for the Pog-Tolings. And we're having a bit of a long-range fight here. Obviously, you can't hide or shark in this very easily, so they've got a good idea.
Yeah, you kind of just have to, like, stand around. Yep. You just gotta stand around and wait.
Oh,
see, Vapor's...
The standing shark!
Yeah, you really... Vapor was just standing there waiting for the fan to go down. And then doing kind of the same thing where they're facing off against Toma again. The Wavebreaker's gonna come out. There is the cooler for Toma, so that would help with, but I think they really just gotta focus on getting that zone back.
I don't think they'll be able to get to the zone in time. They're too slow.
Yeah, they're really... Okay, well, like, that's a little mean, don't you think?
Well, they can't run that far, is what I mean. Oh, so close to getting neutral, but unfortunately, not able to make it in time. Just a very dominant performance from Pog-Tolings.
Yeah, I do wonder if the run speed from that cooler could have come into play a little bit earlier, but that's that.
That is that. I mean, very fun to watch players running that, and I always love to see the weapons players choose for this because you can't play something ink hungry. And a fist bump.
I think that's the second fist bump we've seen for them this tournament.
Well, that either means that we have two players that are really in sync or two players that are dropping the ball, and I don't want to comment on which of those it might be.
Alright, well, that's our 6th game, and we're still even 3-3 right now. So, we've got Pacifism, which... that one's pretty much exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah. Turf war, but you get penalized for splatting your opponent with a significant score increase. So what we see in Pacifism usually isn't so much just avoiding shooting your opponent, is that it's diving under your opponent's bullets in the hopes they splat you. We also figured out from previous playing that assists count, and if you mark someone and then that marked player jumps off the map, that counts as an assist.
So
don't
no
run any
point sensors,
weapons.
no ink mines. Yeah.
Because it's just
because even having, that's how I got that. That's how I've gotten those insanely high kill counts on Splatling in 2, and then it's just the point sensor.
Yeah. Oh, so fun.
All right, let's see. Anchor clamp. So clamplets, but if you have a power clam, you can't move.
Yeah. Those
things are like. Those things are the size of the kids, and they're filled with clams, right? That's a bunch of clams sewn together, and if they're actually made out of like a metal substance, that's got to be really heavy. Yeah. Anyways, you can't move. You have to throw it or pass it or whatever.
Yeah.
Does that include super jumping?
That does include super jumping. Yeah. So the main reason Anchor Clam exists is I wanted a game mode that made you have to pass clams, right? So. How do you do that? Well, okay, you can't move the power clam. You've got to pass it to the basket. Or what happens more often is you form it under the basket by passing clams around. So it's a win-win. Works well. We have our game
and then
pick.
We have...
We don't need to talk about Clam Dash at the moment. We're playing Pacifism.
That'll be fun. I do wonder if we'll see the... I think we'll see the sabotaging again.
Yeah, 100%. Players are going to be diving under shots and trying their best to get splattered. Fortunately, pretty hard to jump off 2 of these maps, so it depends on how nice chat wants to be on this front. I want to make it happen. Let's play Scorch. That's my vote.
Oh boy. You're a kid now. You're a kid now. You're a kid. You're a kid. You're a kid.
That's great.
You're finally awake from your coma. Inkling splat zones. Come on, I hear Splatoon is out now.
Alright. So, what weapons do we run on a mode where we don't want to splat the opponent, but we do want to turf?
Aerospray.
Yeah, right? You need something low damage, you need something inaccurate so that if you're... But you don't want something too inaccurate because you don't want to accidentally hit your opponent if you're trying not to aim at them.
That's true. And, like, Aerospray doesn't have too long of a kill time. Like, it is... I mean, it's got really fast fire rate. It is I think is it still a 5-hit kill?
Yeah, 5-hit, yeah. You also don't want to put down a sprinkler because your opponent will jump on it.
Yeah, that's true.
I should rename this mode to Lemmings. I think that's probably the better, the better call out.
Oh my god! Wait, yeah. I was gonna say because like the idea is, oh, try not to kill other people, and this is just, oh, weird. Yeah. Oh, that's good.
All right. Well, we are closing in on the game. Our teams are pretty much locked in. I think we're just giving them some time to discuss strategy. This can be a very strategic mode. Just like, you've got to fight your base instincts so strongly. There are so many game modes where it's like, yeah, and then I see the opponent, then I splat them. And it's like, no. You gotta stop at step 1. We're playing Humpback Pump Track. Like, someone might be behind that ledge. Don't just blind fire it. Check for your opponent so you don't hit them.
Right. I guess it is pacifism, you don't want to kill them, but like it's also actively trying to get killed for the advantage for your team, so it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, but you can't just sit back, you do need to win the turf war still. So, you have to be painting somewhere, doing something. I'm thinking, because we haven't played this in Splatoon 3 yet, and there are quite a few new subs and specials in the game.
Right.
I feel like we're gonna see a lot of tactical, right?
Right, because that's one special that you...
It's
like,
safe.
It's safe. There's no marking, there's no damage. It helps you. And it would help you too, because, you know, if you choose to start trying to get yourself killed, the penalty for doing so is less, because you have that quick respawn.
That's very true. Oh my goodness, get tactical and then go get splattered. It's the front line.
Yeah, exactly. Like, win, 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 win.
Amazing. I'm also realizing as well, okay, we just had a quick bathroom break, but looks like we are good to go. Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh no, it's gone. I was gonna say there's like another weapon that could be very good. Because Inkstorm, you can just sit under that, that's fine.
Yeah. You started realizing and then you stopped.
Yeah. I feel like there was another special. Kraken's actually safe as long as you don't jump or charge it, but you're not doing a lot of painting
it doesn't
during
actually.
that time. Yeah.
And it makes you, you know, invulnerable, which you don't want, so...
Yeah. Chumps, you can't do partial damage with. You just get them. Whale's a terrible idea. I don't know if there are any other specials the players can use reliably.
Yeah, Inkjet is relatively... It's aimable, but, you know, you could have somebody standing under your exhaust. It's like, theoretically, this would just be, oh, avoid the other people, but now you have this whole, like, people are gonna actively try to die.
Yeah, it's not just
that,
who
like,
can put out the most turf.
Everything. Right.
Definitely that underlying aspect to it. Because, like, yeah, if it was pacifism, it was just get the most turf down. It'd be 4 arrow sprays, just doing loops around Humpback Pump Track. I believe it's 200p per splat or assist, so it's a pretty significant amount. It is, like, we have had games in the past where a team has had one more splat than the other team, but still won the turf war by just more than 200. So, like, it isn't enough to guarantee a win, but 2 splats is probably enough to guarantee a win. Or a 2 splat difference.
Well, here we go.
Here we go. We have Sploosh. Ooh, I like the choice of the Dapples. That's low damage.
Oh, both sides.
And 3
the NZAP squadron and the single Dapple leader.
Big Bubbler, also a good one. That's a free ink refill as well.
That's true.
I mean, not that you want to protect yourself, but you can potentially shark or hide under it. And sharking in this mode is just being in a place where you can get
Here we go!
Yeah. It's important to make sure you take ink damage so that you go down in 1 or 2 shots. But, like, your opponent's not going to fire at you. So, you need to coax them.
You have to get in their way.
Yeah. This fight
which
is
is well, like,
Autospec really loves that fight.
yeah. No!
Okay, no one
Vapor
has
just
gone down yet.
fully charging in.
But there is a massive turf advantage for yellow right now for our Pog-Tolings. So
yeah.
Ooh, damage taken. Damage taken.
One hit.
Not enough.
You can't
however.
die just from ink damage, right?
No, you go down to I think it's 30 health by standing in enemy ink. So 2 shots from some of these weapons will take you out.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'd be really cheap if everybody was just standing there.
Yeah. I mean, like, definitely ink yourself up in opponent ink to make sure that you're vulnerable, but these players are really taking this seriously.
They're just jumping around. It's very funny.
Oh, it's like a squid party. Oh my goodness!
Oh,
that was so close, but yeah, the trigger control on these players is quite impressive. Hoenn doing a big sweeping paint. That could be dangerous. Tactical, it does give away your position as well, so it does make it harder to anti-shark, is what I'm gonna call it.
What's the opposite of a shark?
I guess...
Chat, there's something for you to think about.
Yeah, what's the opposite of shark, chat? What is the kind of animal that just exists to get eaten?
What about those, like, little plankton things that everything in the ocean eats?
Krill?
I guess, yeah. I mean, I think plankton by itself is also a thing. Just kind of exists to get eaten.
Alright,
so.
we've had no splats yet to my knowledge. Oh, someone jumped off. I don't think that was an assist though. We'll check the map.
It might be. We'll see.
Doesn't look like it. They might have thought they got damage, because if you take a single point of damage and jump off, that is also enough. So we can see a lot of players hanging out by the edge here to try to trigger that assist. Closing 30 seconds. Map's looking pretty even here. I don't see a clear advantage one way or another.
There was a death. I don't know if it was a jump off though. But one of the Hoenn did die. So
well, we will get the results from the players. Unfortunately, we don't get the splat totals until the end. I don't think we had any happen. Oh, closing seconds. Can we get a splat while they're desperately painting? This is where it's most likely to happen in these last 10 seconds. No, look at that trigger control. Everyone... I mean, DJM took a bit of damage at the end there, but... Let's see who has the turf advantage. We'll see how many P is by. Okay, the Pog-Tolings with a 200-point advantage, which means they can have a 1 splat and still be okay.
Yeah. They have 1 splat to chill here.
Alright, we're gonna get the results from the teams if there's not a 2 splat swing. Ooh, hang on. We have... Okay, bravo. So, there were 2 times that the players on the Rulebreakers went down. So, if both of those were attributed and there were none for the other team, that will count. Hold on, no, those are not the relevant matches. Getting them from the players. Oh, it's 1 to 0.
1-0. Alright. So they had 1 splat, which means they're still okay.
Yes, they still have enough of a lead, which means that point is going to go to the Pog-Tolings. A good job to the Rulebreakers getting splattered there, but once is not enough for the score discrepancy. So that is going to be the Pomare Pog-Tolings with the 1-point lead as we head into the last game before the showdown.
Ella, until talking about getting a fall-off kill on Dapple.
That never happens.
Yeah, what fall-off is my question? Like, if your Dapple shots are falling off, I feel like you should just shoot them. But anyway, we've got our highest level of chaos here right before the showdown. Eagle Eye, Get Chumped, and Clam Dash. So I guess, depending on whether they lock in real quick or not. Let's see, so...
I do love these ones. So Get Chumped is a new game for this series of Showdown. We've never run it before. It's pretty standard mode, except if you get splattered by a Super Chump or a Sprinkler, you don't get to play anymore, you got chumped. So... I don't remember which mode that is, but basically...
Oh, also, hello, IPL Splatoon. Thank you for the raid. And hello, everybody. Welcome to the Creator Clash.
Just in time for the finale.
Yeah. Since all y'all are just joining us, this is a just 9 matches, winner takes all for the final showdown. We're on our 8th match right now, and these are all wonderful tournament organizers here, and they're going to have pick between these different mini games. But I'll put the link in chat for y'all.
Yeah,
so
I
you
think
can
we've got
read
4 different IPL TOs here playing as well. So that's These are your TOs to bully, IPL. Let's get on it.
Yeah, I haven't let's see, I haven't worked with IPL in a while, but I did do some TO work for them, so I guess technically I'm an IPL TO too.
There you go.
Here we are.
I think I am as well, but like, oh no, I've done a stream, but I don't think that makes me a TO. No.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we don't have a game pick yet, but our 3 games, Eagle Eye is Charger 1v1s. So that one could be quite fun if our players want to play Charger, which I don't think they do. Clam Dash is, I believe, 3v1 Clam Blitz. So we'll play 2 games of Clam Blitz.
Yes.
3v1, and yeah, the one player, obviously, they're going to be defending the whole time, and it can go very quickly. It's a very devastating game, and the one player who defends is not allowed to be on the attacking team. So you've got to pick one sacrificial lamb. But it looks like we're playing our new game, Get Chumped.
We're getting chumped, guys. Well, I guess we're not talking about Clam Dash again, but I want to talk about it, so I'm going to talk about it anyway.
Yeah.
Clam Dash, another Clam Blitz-based one. We have a lot of those, huh?
We sure do. I think it's
oh no, wait, we did
across
talk
the board,
about Clam.
but we have a lot today. Just by the random.
All right, guys.
Let's
start
pick a
voting.
map.
Do it right now.
Pick a map where chumps are effective. That's what I would like to recommend. Either... Oh, Brinewater and Barnacle are both good. That's going to be a tough choice. So, I forget which mode this is, and I didn't put it in the overlay, so I feel like a bit of a doofus.
It's tower control.
Tower control. First tower control of the day.
Yeah.
Try to get those chumps on tower. Try to get Sprinkler on tower, because if your screen says splattered by Sprinkler or splattered by Super Chump, you have to stop playing. It's a devastating mechanic. No one likes going a player down. Everyone's had that moment where their teammate DCs. Imagine if it happened because the opponent made it happen. This is the ability to pull the plug on your opponent's switch.
Forgot to tell y'all that you could grab in those extra votes.
Oh yes, the extra votes. Apologies. I always forget that is a thing.
Me
but
too.
That's
well,
alright. Save them
now
up
we know
for
where we're
next
going.
Because next week you'll want them. Brinewater. We're playing Brinewater Tower Control, and players really don't want to get chumped. Now, they don't have to run a weapon with Chump or Sprinkler, but
that's true.
If
you could just play normally.
Yeah, you could just play normal Tower Control. But if you do give up that power to permanently remove an opponent from the match, that's your choice. Now, it's not.
Imagine none of them play Chump or Sprinkler. We just have a regular tower control match.
It could happen. It wouldn't be the first time something like that happened, where it's like, well, Showdown is Showdown. Sometimes we just get regular matches. But I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it happen. And if you hypothetically coordinated with your team to throw multiple sprinklers at the same place, or send off multiple chumps at the same time.
Or you camp a super jump with a sprinkler.
Exactly. Like, you can potentially make these things happen. You can set up these scenarios. And it's worth it. Tower Control is a slow game mode. You've got plenty of time to bully your opponent with specific weapons. We'll see if they can do it.
It's bullying time.
It's bullying time. Time to make chumps out of our opponents.
Ahaha!
Alright.
I love the design of the super chumps. They're so cute.
They're so cute. They're such good friends.
They're so dumb looking. They're like, they got no thoughts going on in there.
Yeah, you gotta commit to the bit. I'd be so disappointed if we don't have a single sprinkler or chump weapon. Like,
come on, guys.
Yeah, these are TOs, right? They don't have that much pride in their ability to play the game. They're happy to mess around and have fun, I would hope. Okay, well, the countdown has started. We have less than 60 seconds before we will be in the game 8 of this set. And then we go to the showdown.
I'm very excited for the showdown.
Yeah, stores randomized every time as well, so we will see different options.
Yeah, I think we got a couple things that are guaranteed to appear every time.
Yes.
The shout-out, choosing map, and choosing mode, but everything else is random.
Absolutely. Hopefully we get to see some funny ones as well. I know there was a lot of talk from the teams last week about wouldn't it be funny if we picked the everyone has to squid bag one, but they played it competitive. And when the scores are close like this, teams usually do play it competitive. So, yeah, I'm expecting competitive, but, you know, fingers crossed these TOs want to have fun. We're here for it if they do.
Yes, we are.
5 seconds. We're just waiting on one player to lock in, but I don't think they'll have a choice. Game begin.
You have to.
Yes.
You have to lock in. Do it now.
The game will force you. Alright. Tower control with embarrassment. Let's kick things off. You do not want to be the player that gets chumped here. Alright, we have chumps. We have plenty of chumps.
Alert, alert, we have chumps.
Alright, we have 5 players running chump, and the ones that aren't have sprinkler. We also have an incline tri-stringer, which has both chump and sprinkler, which I'm so glad someone picked that comp.
The ultimate chumping weapon.
Exactly. Alright, crab tanks.
We already have.
Oh, yep.
Oh, the chumps!
The chumps, they're being very cautious about these. Like, usually you can disrespect chumps a bit, you can ignore them. Not in this case. Ooh, the squid roll negating some of that damage. That could have been a chump splat. I don't think
there's so many of them.
There's so many. I love it so much. I imagine we've got a lot of special charge up for that exact reason. Yeah.
There is also just like regular gameplay going on too, which I find very amusing.
Yeah, it's hard to commentate on it as a regular match because of the stakes, but no one has been chumped yet.
There's so many of chumps.
There's a lot.
Like, I'm used to seeing like a couple waves of them a game, right? Not go.
Ooh, that was
okay. Oh my God, Vapor, give me a heart attack.
Yeah, fortunately,
nice.
You really have to be very close to them to make them lethal. Alright, we have chumps coming out here. They should... Oh no! We have several players going down. This tower checkpoint's almost gone. This is looking like it could be a knockout. Dynamo doesn't
this
make
is like
down the tower.
This is the regular tower control part, right? Where the... No?
2 seconds, stop!
There's the take back.
Oh,
and DGM does go down. And one more pick. Nice wipeout, nice cleanup.
Now, I'm gonna check the opponent's spawn to see if anyone's not playing. It looks like everyone is still in it, so no one has been chumped yet. But those sprinklers, I love seeing them placed aggressively. It's very fun to see. I do hope that if someone gets chumped, we catch it on camera.
Yeah. It's like, on one hand, right, we just saw a really good push, and now we're seeing the comeback from that push. Oh, that was a really nice inkjet pick there. And on the other hand, it's like, there's just so many of these stupid little bomb guys.
They're so cute, though. I do love Sprinkler on tower as well. As long as it doesn't break, that can be quite a nice deterrent, because you do not want to risk getting close to the Sprinkler.
Yeah. Sprinkler is arguably, like, even a little bit more, ooh, that's just a regular pick there. A little bit more dangerous here just because they have a decent amount of range. Like, and they could just get the one pick on you and then that's it.
That's it. You're done.
We got the super chumps. Okay.
Yeah, speaking of being done, I mean, the offense is holding out well. We have the Pog-Tolings putting on a good show here. Chumps trying to cause some problems.
Yeah, DJM's doing a funny little flank here, able to displace Skep, get that pick, very nice, and gonna continue doing the chumps. See, when you have the Vapor here, see, the chumps didn't go off, and I was gonna say, like, the combination of that Toxic Mist, the checkpoint, the tower standing still, and the chumps could have been a real nice time.
That's a very good point. Toxic Mist is a very good pairing for Chump. And I'm glad we're getting to see that. I would not have thought of it.
Yeah, that was very interesting, because the Toxic Mist is right on the tower, too, and I saw, like, Vapor get caught in all of that. They did, I guess, fortunately in this case, they died before the Chumps.
That was so
The
close.
sprinkler on the tower! Oh my god.
Yeah, Elemental didn't spot the opponent chumps in the field of their own chumps and then retreated into a sprinkler. That could have been very bad.
It could have been.
The only way Pog-Tolings win this is if they can keep their whole team in the game.
Again, like, as a normal turf war as a normal tower control match, this is pretty close.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, the double chump field!
It's a lot of chumps, but they lose players in the process. Good use of squid rolls as well to avoid that chump damage. We've seen that quite a bit. Players very wary that the squid roll could ruin their day if they're not careful. Has anyone been chumped?
I don't think so. I think they're being cautious enough to not get chumped. We do have again, you see that toxic miss, the tower checkpoint. Skep has to fully leave that tower. Now, I don't think they had to leave it. I think they would have been okay with the hitboxes, but better safe than sorry, right? But again, I think that it really made that push lose a lot of momentum. So even if players aren't getting chumped, just having that stake is very, very important. And see, again, those chumps are going to displace, I think this is Alice here, and now we might even be seeing a little bit of overtime. Vapor is holding their own. We've got multiple people on that tower. We are past checkpoint 2. That tower somehow made it to 2. Vapor's doing a little spinny spin, but I don't think it's gonna be quite enough. 3, 4 down.
I don't think I've ever seen that many players get minced on a tower during overtime. That was such a strong last ditch, but with that is going to be the point going to the Rulebreakers, and we go into the final showdown tied. I forgot to show if there was a fist bump. Whoops. Hold on.
That's okay.
No fist bump. Alright, great. Yep. Tied.
Gotta check. Gotta make sure.
Which means that our alpha team is going to get first pick of the board, purely because we make them host the table turf lobby, and that's the penance. It used to be when we did trivia instead of table turf, it was the team that had to pick the first bit of trivia. It's not as fair in this, but, you know, it's fine.
Alright, so for this final showdown, we do not have specific gimmicks set in place. We have a benefit board, and this board is randomized. Each team is going to take turns using the wins that they have to buy benefits off this board, and we don't have any of the 7. We have some that actually costs a 7, really big ones, like I think opponent has to KO to win, opponent can't use specials. So none of that here. Some of these can only be bought once, some of these can be bought, most of them actually, some of them can be bought unlimited times, like that shout-out one.
Yep.
And some of them scale.
Well. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. And some of them scale with the amount of points that you have. So, like, some of them cost all your points. Like, opponent have to boo you 50 times. But if you buy something for, like, 2 points before that, then on the next round, if it doesn't get picked, then on the next round it's going to cost you only 2. I think there are a lot of these teams can pick. Both teams can pick them as well.
Yes. Quite a few of these are available for both teams to pick, and because they both have the same score, they can both pick the losing team option as well. So there's one option which is if you KO in the first 4 minutes, you lose. Both of our teams will be able to pick that because they're both on 4. So that could be an interesting one. Actually, is that one once only, or is that once each?
That one is once.
Okay, so that one is once only. So the first.
Oh no, wait. I look. That one, it's not actually specified.
Ah, okay. Because it is usually only for the losing team once, but because they're both on 4, and to be fair, this hasn't happened in the history of Showdown where this option has been available when the scores are tied. So I don't know what the software will do if I pick it, honestly.
That's true.
We'll find
out.
Also,
if that one's picked, no splat zones.
Exactly. Yeah, splat zones is... Well, that's the thing. If no one picks the choose the mode option, it's random. So if they
but it says...
Oh, right. Yeah, no, you're right. It is blocked off. Yes.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
But Turf War is still an option, and if Turf War is picked, then it just doesn't do anything.
Yeah. So, like, people don't usually pick Turf War, but it does counter that option. So there can be some mind games there. I do like as well that, we blocked off splat zones just because it's the only mode where you can't choose to stop winning.
Yeah.
I don't think I have to explain that, like, if the opponent has the zone, you could just let them knock out. It's the only mode where you can let them knock out and they can't do anything to stop you, so that's why that's banned.
Yeah. We have some great commentary from the teams, such as Vapor saying, "I squished DRF on the tower. Does that mean we win?"
Yeah.
And DRF saying, I have never been so stressed playing this game in my life."
The thing about those level 5 games is those elimination mechanics really raise the heart rate. Which is why we put them at the end. We don't want to stress anyone out at the start of the game. That would be unfair. Okay, so... I honestly don't know. They just asked me the question about the opponent losers. So, we'll find out. I could open up the code right now to try to find out. Which I might do if the teams are going to take a moment. I'm going to just bust open the code for the application. See if it lets me do that. But yeah, in the meantime, this is definitely the most tactical part of the showdown. These choices, because it's winner takes all, these choices can make or break your showdown. Sometimes the choices resolve at the start and then it's over. I notice as well we don't have Weapon Force on here. Weapon Force is usually the most popular option because you can just say, well, now you have a GooTuber. And it's usually
which is what happened. That is what happened last time.
Exactly. I was surprised to see the H3D come out last time. But yeah.
I mean, that's a lot. That's a weapon that's like, it's relatively powerful, but it's not that bad. But a lot of people just like see it and go, H3D. So I think there's a bit of a psychological effect to it.
Definitely. So the fact that that's not here this week means that we're actually going to see some more interesting choices. We do have the 3-cost opponent may not use their main weapon until they've been splattered. That's a little bit of the pacifism vibes in there. They can still use subs and specials, but it's very hard to get specials if you haven't been splattered. So if you're playing a mode like Clam Blitz, you can just ignore your opponent and they will have a very hard time taking you down. Usually if Jammed gets picked, if they can't use their main weapon, the opponent will counterpick tower control, so they can stand on tower and force their opponent to pick them off. But even then, it's a powerful choice. Alright, I've got the game engine open. I am now looking through the code. I've got the data. Alright, let's have a look at Showdown Store. Oh man, I did not expect to have to do some live coding on stream today. This is very exciting. Okay. Let's see. Fighting chance. Only once. So that's a first in best dressed. That is the first team to buy that gets that one, and then the other team cannot buy it. Okay, so yeah, that's a powerful one. That's a very powerful option on the board. It will cost only 1 point as well. But a lot of these modes, especially Rainmaker, especially Clam Blitz, you can get to that closing scoreline and then it's very easy to stop at 98.99. So basically you're forcing your opponent to knock you out unless you can, knock them out in the last minute. And the reason it is 4 minutes and not the whole game is because if your opponent gets to 99 and you can't knock out, then you can't physically win. So we have to give a minute of leeway in there as well.
Yeah.
Okay, we haven't heard anything from the teams yet.
I have half a mind to drag him in here myself.
Well, that's the thing. The original...
Which I can do. I do have the permissions to do that. Like to point that out. Because I have the staff role, I think. I can do that.
Wow. Yeah, the original seasons of Showdown, we would jump into Team VCs, but we're trying to keep this a bit cleaner, I think is the idea. So we let them discuss on their own. Well, yeah, I know. This DJam put this tournament together though, so I'm not going to count them on that. Alright, they're asking some clarifying questions. The opponent can't use main weapon before being splattered. Obviously a very powerful but expensive options. So teams are heavily considering that one. Can both teams pick that one? I think they can. Yeah, once each. Both teams could pick that. Both teams could have subs and specials only. That would be so funny.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Well, we'll see. We should have our first pick soon. I'm very eager to get the showdown underway. Chat also wants to see the showdown happen, I'm sure. Yeah, and
Does
to answer your
jumping off the
question,
map
chat,
count
Epic,
as splat? No.
no, you have to be splattered by an opponent. So you can't just jump off the map and get your weapon back. Everyone thinks of that one. We put it in the rules. We knew that was gonna happen. That was an exploit we were ready for.
We're TOs too, guys.
Exactly. We know how to break the rules just as much as the Rulebreakers do. And like, yeah, I love that players like to take this mindset of, okay, how can we twist this? How can we get around these rules? And I'm usually very on board for it. I loved last week with the crab pushing. That was so good that we wrote it into the rules as allowed. But yeah, you know, we gotta keep some sanctity of rules. We can't just let you wipe the table with it and make it meaningless. It's gotta mean something. Okay,
It must indeed.
you know what? I'm really inclined to jump into their chat at this point. Opponent, okay, we have the first pick.
Okay.
No, that's a clarification. Opponent may not use main weapon until splattered, assuming means they can't use the main until we kill them. Yeah, great. They've clarified that. I think the website says that that's a once each. Just first pick. Great. Yeah, because in this board, players get to pick back and forth because there's a counter-picking element to this, right? If your opponent picks gotta use main weapon, you're gonna probably want to pick mode or something like that. You don't want to let them pick mode as well. Sorry.
Actually, last week, we had one team pick both the map and the mode, I think.
Yes, we did, and that gave them a lot of control. Alright, well, we have our first two picks in, one from each team, and I've got good news. Weapons are jammed. 5. Bam and bam. They've got 1 point left each. And keep in mind, if no one picks mode, it's a random mode, and it could be turf war. There is a 1 in 5. In addition, both teams have to rapid squid bag for the first minute. That one just
Oh my god.
It sounds goofy at first, but there are actually tactical implications for this one. Tower control. You cannot get on the tower if you are squid bagging. There is no way to get onto the tower without being able to swim up it.
And you can't get onto any, like, higher ground.
Exactly.
Because you're squid bagging.
Yeah, squid bagging is also a good counter pick if your opponent has head start, because it makes their head start less useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you do have that head start, like, I remember that we saw pretty much all of the things get exhausted, like, the head start kind of disappeared last time we saw.
Yeah, it was a free Rainmaker checkpoint last time. Like, it was Rainmaker on Mahi, right? So it was a very quick checkpoint. They were able to do that easily.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, the 5-second head start was a checkpoint clear, and that was very valuable for them, because they had not only that checkpoint to clear, but they also had to jump off the map at halfway. So they really had a lot of things to clear out, and they did it very quickly. Alright, chat's asking for squid bag. I'd love to see it.
Come on, guys.
There's a lot of tactics here. Okay, they've taken it. They've taken the OP option. We have selected opponent loses if they KO in the first 4 minutes. This is a very powerful
there we go.
option. I'm not surprised to see it get picked. Great, that's locked in. And we've got 1 point left. At this point, the mode is... Oh yeah, the mode costs 2 points. We're playing a random mode.
Oh, yeah.
We could be playing Turf War. Winner take all. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, it does also mean that that would be nullified. That pick would be nullified.
Yeah, very true. Oh man, the tactics.
Please, can we get the squid bag? Please.
Oh, come on. I'm gonna put chat. I'm putting something in the Discord for you. I'm using a pleading face. we're gonna make it happen. We want that squid bag. They could also take the shout out. The shout out point, something no one's bought yet because it's not very competitive. True. But basically, we let them come into the stream VC and shout out one thing per point they bought, which, you know, for content creators could be very valuable. Got a captive audience, you can tell them whatever you want.
Faker says, what if I bag anyway?
That would be quite nice. Aqua, that's a very good point. Squid bag, you can still play while squid bagging, but it would take a minute off the KO timer, which would work in their favor. So could be tactical. Could be tactical. Okay, we're gonna press them for their last pick at this point. My guess is they're either gonna go for... Okay, no, they've picked the boring one. Alright. I'm locking it in. They will choose the map. Done. Alright, so, the summary. We are playing Rainmaker. That'll be good. Rainmaker, Rulebreakers, Rios, and Pomare Pog-Tolings may not use their main weapon until splattered once. Now, splattered by Rainmaker Shield does count. So, I have a feeling I know how this match is going to start. In addition to that, Rios Rulebreakers lose if they KO in the first 4 minutes. So we're probably going to see them take it right up to the basket but not dunk it. And additionally, Rios Rulebreakers get to choose the map. So we will see what map that is. Oh, that's a good question. Yeah. By my reading, Rainmaker...
Yeah, does firing the Rainmaker count as using the main weapon? Huh.
So, my reading on this, and the TO might get to override it, but the jammed rule set says that players can't press ZR, which means no firing Rainmaker. Great, that's what we're going to go with. So, if the player who picks up the Rainmaker hasn't been splattered yet, they can't fire it. Nice and easy. We're going to count it as a main weapon for the purposes of this because of the rule set it is from. Very good. Alright, with that clarified, we're going to get underway. I wonder which map we're going to pick. Let's see. Players are discussing gear in chat for Rainmaker. This is... Oh my goodness, the TOs are taking this one seriously.
Oh, these are like... These are actual, like, copy-pasted...
right, Sendo comps.
Emote Sendo.inc comps.
Oh my goodness.
These are made using Nitro Discord emotes, guys.
Wow, okay, our players are really taking this win and takes all seriously. I mean, it's tied at this point. This is anyone's game. We have seen one Rainmaker game... No, have we seen Rainmaker today? I don't think we have. I'm thinking back on
No,
what
we
played.
have. With the Explo.
Ah, yes, Mini-Makers, of course. And I think first round was Rainmaker too, now that I think about it. For the brand game. So, yeah, no, you're absolutely right. We have seen Rainmaker twice.
But, yeah, but it was, like, relatively early on.
Yeah,
so.
And it was a win for each team. Both teams have won Rainmaker, so this could easily go either way. That's very exciting.
It is.
Now, what weapon do you pick when you can't use your main weapon until you're splattered?
Yeah, that does make the subs.
For Rainmaker, I feel like you'd want a bomb. And maybe a curling to get close as well. And then I doubt they'll be able to get their special off before they're splattered, but... Interesting. I also wonder, yeah, no, there's no way not to splat your opponent on the Rainmaker shield here. So I was like, there is a tactic for just having your team run at the Rainmaker shield and get splattered by it, so that they can all get their weapons back. But then your opponent's just going to do the same thing to you once you try to take control. So that's not going to change anything. Ooh.
Yeah, it's like it's the whole thing.
Epic in chat with a good point. Junior probably a good weapon because you can run a lot of Splat Bomb. Like to see it. Can we gentlemen and say everyone pop the Rainmaker but stay far away? No, that has been shut down. Excellent. Yeah, Splat by Rainmaker does count as getting splattered here, so we are going to count that. Alright, I think our players are probably done with their tactics at this point. Come on, let's get the showdown on the way. I'm so excited. I'm so tense.
Hurry up, guys.
I'm also hungry.
That is true. I am also hungry.
I hunger for Splatoon and I hunger for sustenance.
Why, your Splatoon could be both.
Splatoon can be your sustenance. Oh no.
I mean, people do eat squid. Like, that is a thing that happens very much.
Very true. I do like a good salt and pepper squid. I had breakfast right before this, so I didn't pack a snack. I didn't do a standard yes-own snack on stream moment. There have been showdowns previously where I was late running them, so I would eat dinner during showdown, and I was the only one on mic. So it would not be unprecedented. What about yourself?
I have not eaten in a little while. Approximately 6 hours to be exact.
Okay, that's
that wasn't exact. I don't know why I said approximately and then to be exact, but yeah. I went to a little I went to like a dance game, the DDR event, and then I came here and I hopped on mic.
Fun, we love a good DDR.
It's very fun. I do in fact love a good DDR.
Alright, we have our map pick. We are playing Rainmaker on Crableg Capital. Now that is a KO'able map for sure. But are our players going to be familiar with Rainmaker Crableg? It's still fairly recent. Time is underway as well. The showdown will begin in less than a minute. Very exciting. Yeah, we've seen a lot of these players' comfort picks today, so I'm definitely expecting to see Ink Brush, Bloblobber, Explosher, and then, you know, probably some Splattershot vanilla. That's just pretty standard. Crableg does afford some unique opportunities, but I don't think we'll see too much variance on that front.
Yeah, I feel like we've done all the speculating we can.
Yeah,
here.
I'm really pulling at straws here. Like, the shop does definitely take a while, but we are so close. I'm just like, I just need to come up with one more conversation topic to get us over the line.
What's the opposite of a shark?
Yeah, chat, I don't think we ever got an answer for that. I think we said, like, plankton or krill.
Right.
But I
don't think that's the true opposite, because they're still, like, aquatic.
Oh. Fish. Mr. Rookie said fish. Okay, it's game time! We're on!
Sharks are fish!
Sharks are fish, that's very true. Alright, here we go. It's the showdown. Winner takes all. We've got everything to play for. No one's going to be using their main weapon at the start here, which is going to be very funny to watch all these players walking to the Rainmaker shield. And then, yeah, no KO allowed on the side of the Rulebreakers until those last minute timer. We've got, ooh, I like the use of Fizzy to get in close, actually. That's quite nice. And the players are trying to splat themselves on the Rainmaker shield.
They're all doing
surely
it.
burst it. You get a free checkpoint. Why would you not want a free checkpoint?
I don't know.
Oh, we have a splat. We have 2 splats. They jumped on a sprinkler. They're all jumping
they jumped on the sprinkler. Oh, they're getting chumped.
Oh no, they've got to use the bombs. Team, you got to use the bombs here. Oh, okay, they are able to take themselves down finally. Skep is the only person left without a main weapon.
I was gonna say, you'd probably want to like stand on enemy ink for a bit first, because the Rainmaker damage is relatively small. But you know, sometimes you just gotta commit to the bit, I think.
Absolutely. All right, well now all players have their main weapons back after that brief interlude. The only rule left.
Brief. It was a minute. That was a minute.
True.
Of playing.
Very true. So the only rule left in play now is that the Rulebreakers can't KO in the first 4 minutes. That being said, it might not be a problem. A wipeout here is going to be a checkpoint clear from the Pog-Tolings. They've taken low.
Yeah, that was a nice brain placement. Ooh, suction bombs. I don't. They just do so much more damage than you ever think they do.
Yeah.
All right, we got that down to 18. Toma there doing a little bit of cleanup there, but still, like, Skep is in a really nice position there. They've got to deal with them. And Vapor's going to take that just a little bit closer to the goal. They're at 12 now. That's a nice position to be in. And still, I mean, we got the ink bag going up, but we also have the rain. We have... Oh, to 8.
The Rulebreakers, to take lead here, have to get the Rainmaker between 7 and 1 remaining. If they accidentally dunk it, it's over. That being
said, to be
said,
fair, I think it's relatively difficult to accidentally dunk because you're always, like, button mashing up to that podium, you know?
True. Alright, well that is
I like how
down.
casual that it was.
Actually, a wipe
That's a nice
out
wipe,
there.
though.
Yeah, very good, which is gonna definitely allow them to get up onto the high ground here. High ground definitely gonna be valuable moving forward.
Yeah, the thing is, the Rainmaker shots fall through those grates, so you gotta, like...
You gotta land the
Yeah, you did the first one.
That being said, it is a stall for both teams. The grates do make it hard for both teams to progress. Ballpoint does get
Vapor,
picked.
though.
Well done, Vapor. And the Jet
and then immediately...
shut them out.
And forcing a jump out as well, so really just kind of terrorizing the whole team there.
Alright, well we've got 2 minutes left at this point. I mean, I feel like the Pog-Tolings are going to be very happy just holding a defensive line here. Great dodge by Vapor. Oh, that was so close.
Nah, you could. Yeah, it was a great dodge, wasn't it?
Yep. All right. With 1 player left up on the Pog-Tolings, it looks like Rulebreakers are going to be back in control here, and with a great crab placement, should be able to get the Rainmaker up to the grates safely. Question is,
it was
they get
a great crab placement. You could say. Well, unfortunately, the Rainmaker's not able to get too far, and DGM being the only one remaining is going to have to back off here. Able to build up a little bit of that crab again, though, trying to get more special. Meanwhile, that Rainmaker is going to get picked up, just brought back to mid. Relatively run-of-the-roll Rainmaker game here. Nice pick from Skep. We are coming up very soon on that 1 minute mark, where finally we won't have, you know, the immediate loss if you KO. But still, I mean, I don't know, with the way this game is going, there's a really big bar. Oh, Inkjet fight!
Yeah, Inkjet fight! It's a very tough scoreline, for sure. Like, it is very hard to get to that point on Crableg. It's gonna take either a wipeout and a very quick maneuver, or a very strong special back push. And
yeah,
I don't know if the Pog-Tolings are gonna let that last ladder happen, so...
Yeah, I feel like the grates have the squish from the...
Oh no, it was a suction
it was a suction bomb. I thought they got squished with the Rainmaker shield, but it was the bomb exploding. Either way, though, unfortunate way to die. And that's gonna be 3 down again on the Rulebreakers. We are in the last 30 seconds of this, but another push is being made. The grates seem to be really stalling both teams, though. That is a nice placement of the suction bomb right on the rail, too. And I think they might just be, like, relatively content with chilling it out here, especially since they're at 8, which is a nice place to be. Vapor's just gonna hang out on the grates here. DGM, though, is making their way out to mid, and if they're able to get the pick from under the grates, though, the crab gets popped. They're stalled a little bit. Vapor is safe. Ah, no, I spoke too soon.
That will be overtime.
We got that re-splitter.
I mean, yeah, just in the
overtime.
nick of time there. They really need to pick up this Rainmaker quickly as well. There we go. And now they're stuck in this hole. This pit is a terrible place for the Rainmaker to be.
Look at, like, I mean, just the high ground on all sides. They do get out of the pit, though, but still a little stuck. That is the ball point down. They have their splashdown, though, and they're just gonna slowly make their way over. You have to watch out for Elemental there on the shot. On! Oh! 1, 2, 3! Goes down!
They take out the bodyguard. It's only Alice left, and they are shut down. End of the day, that is going to be a overtime shutdown in favor of the Pog-Tolings.
Oh man, but still really close in that overtime. There was like so much that the Rainmaker dodged there. You could see all of like the bomb spam coming down to the pit, and then being able to dodge the Zuka and take them out. Also really, really cool.
Excellent. Well, with that being said, our winners for today. Hold on. There we go. The Pomare Pog-Tolings! In a very close 4-4 set. We had a lot of back and forth through the set as well, which was lovely to see. Yeah, I don't believe they had the initial table turf win, but they were able to pull it back through the counter picks. And those last... I want to say that the choices they made in the showdown were impactful, but at the end of the day, they were all kind of washed off the board pretty much straight away, and it just came down to a solid Rainmaker game. So very impressed with them. Yeah, we'll do quick shout-outs as well, just from us, because none of the teams had any shout-outs. The credits will handle most of them, but I just want to thank chat for being here today. Put on a great set of votes. We are going to be doing this again next week, and we've got some pretty big names lined up, so I definitely recommend checking back. I'm not at liberty to disclose any of them, but needless to say, you'll want to be here for next week's last showdown of the Creator Clash month. So yeah, be sure to check that out. Do you have any closing notes?
Well, I just want to say congratulations to both of our teams. They did a great job. Thank you so much for being on the mic with me.
Yeah.
Our staff members, Wolf, and our streamer, well, I would mention DJM here, but DJM's been playing. And our streamer, Mr. Rookie, all doing a wonderful job. And thank you all in the audience for coming out to watch and for interacting with us. It was super fun. I've had a blast being on the mic. And, you know, where can the wonderful people in the audience find you on the internet?
Great question. Just DM me on Discord. I don't... So I have a Twitch, I have an X, but I don't stream that much these days because I'm busy making crazy things like this happen. So, yeah, if you want to hang out, play video games, I love Splatoon, you can find me on Discord. We can hang out. But what about yourself?
You can find me on Twitter, or I think I have a Blue Sky account. I've honestly forgotten.
I have Blue Sky as
Cater,
well, yeah.
Or Cater_.
We gotta make Blue Sky happen.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Twitter's not in great shape.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, Discord's also a great place to catch me, run around, do some stuff on the mic. I'm actually coming off like a break that I've been on since August, and Creator Clash is the first thing that I've been doing, and it's been real fun.
Heck yeah.
So Off the Dial's great for me. Thank you. Off the Dial's so cool for making this happen. Again, thank you all for coming out to watch. We will see y'all next week for another great showdown. Stay fresh.
Please stick around for the credits. Bye, everyone.